ever wanted to be a guest on High Crimes? Become a $10 patron and you'll be randomly invited to join us on stream. Alright, what's up guys? How's everybody doing? Welcome to High Crimes. Computer's acting a little slow and everything, so I was trying to get us started quickly, but it was... I don't know. My computer's just being a little slower. I don't know. Red Eye's here, but he's getting his hair did. How's everybody doing? What's up, Trisha? What's up, Tubby, Mikey, Doss, Remy, Young Mind, Scooter? How's everybody doing? Everybody, please hit the like button if you haven't yet. My mic, it's already acting up. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I don't know, my computer messing up here. So, yeah, everybody, welcome to High Crimes. We're going to be covering some, like I said earlier on DP, kind of mostly body cam videos here, but they're body cam videos with some stories and stuff. Let's see. Let me remake the goal here. I don't know where Dirt's at, or if anybody else is going to be joining us here. That might happen. We'll see. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Alright, so I guess Red Eye is here, but he's taking a shower real quick before. So it'll just be me for now, guys. So yeah, everybody please hit the like button if you haven't yet. And there's a link pinned in the chat if you guys want to help with the goal. I have beer right here. Oh, did I not finish with that? There go. Hold on, let me fix this real quick. Oh, there we go. Alright, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into this. The first story we're covering is killer had no idea his murder was being filmed. And it's a short one. We're going to be covering short videos today. Sometimes it's a long story that goes on for like 2 hours. This one's short, and the rest of them will probably be short as well. I don't know if Doss is here, but thank you, Doss, for all the games you've gifted me today. He gifted me probably like 20 games today. I wasn't expecting that. But, yeah. So, okay. Alright, let's get into it. And, yeah, I mean, they probably don't copyright because it helps advertise their channel. I had the link in the description below and stuff, like people should when they're covering stuff like this. But, alright, let's get to the first story here.
We got to stay with us.
My man, what happened?
They were breaking into the truck, and they shot me.
While losing consciousness on the streets of Atlanta, a valet worker gives critical details about the man who shot him and fled the scene. But what the gunman didn't realize is the truck had a dash cam, and it caught his face on camera.
Oh, they weren't smart enough to get this, were they?
Just after 1 a.m. on September 3rd, 2023, a frantic 911 call reaches dispatchers from outside a parking garage in Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, I need an ambulance to 2430 Piedmont Road. You have a Longhorn? Parking deck. Stay still, bro. Stay right here. Yeah, I'm in the parking deck. He's shaking. I'm in the parking lot.
Wait, is this Vegas?
I don't know where he is, but he got blood on his arm.
Tell me exactly what happened.
I just saw him push him and like shoot him, and he fell to the floor and the guy pulled off.
By the time the caller finishes explaining, police are already at the victim's side. Several of them were nearby, and some of them heard the gunshot the moment it rang out.
Stay with me. Come on, stay with me. Give me a sign. You with me? You good? You're not good.
Thank you, go ahead on.
Is it gonna fire for you? You feel anything in your back? Can you breathe? Huh? Go ahead and lay your head back down a little bit.
Do we know if he was hit?
I heard it.
When I was standing right there, all I heard someone say was, "What the f?" And then I seen a gunshot fire, and then I didn't see else.
More officers arrive and attempt to learn the victim's identity from his co-workers.
Can you tell me everything you need? Name, date of birth.
Family.
Okay. Do you have Harrison's mom's number, please?
About how old is he?
25. Is he still here?
They're able to identify the victim as 25-year-old Harrison Olvey, a valet worker who was bringing out a client's car just before the shooting. Still waiting for an ambulance, officers work to find the gunshot wound and stop the bleeding.
Can I have your shirt, all right?
Where's he? It's in the back.
In the back.
Don't go nowhere. We got to stay with us.
I saw this black Mercedes pull up.
Right.
And
Oh, and I forgot to say something that we always like to say in the beginning before we get started with this, and I forgot. But on this show we try to have fun and stuff. You know, we'll cover serious stories and everything, but sometimes we might use some crude humor or might say some dark jokes. But it's all in good fun. We're just trying to have have a good time and everything. We don't mean any disrespect to the victims. If Dirt was here, he'd remember. He would have remembered to say that.
oh, I couldn't hear that conversation, but all I heard was "what the f," and then bow. That's literally all I heard. I didn't even see nobody. The car was gone.
We got GSW.
You got one on this side, I got one on this
He's
side.
got one on the right side, possible exit wound on the left side of his chest.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
He can't breathe.
Hey.
He can't breathe, he says. Long.
Relax. Take a slow breath.
I can't breathe.
That one on that side.
I can't breathe.
Okay. Hang with us. Hang with us. Hang with us. Hang with us.
The bullet appears to have torn straight through his body, creating a through-and-through wound. Despite being barely conscious, Harrison is able to answer critical questions from officers.
My man, what happened?
They were breaking into the truck. And they shot me.
What did he look like?
Two black.
Black guys? Okay. What were?
It went out that way. Looked up and they were going.
Okay. What car were they in? We got to think real hard. What car were they driving?
Going out this way, I don't think.
According to the 911 caller, the car that fled the scene was a gray-colored four-door sedan with dark-tinted windows and a damaged front bumper. But as they continue to ask Harrison which way it went, he suddenly falls silent and his body becomes still.
Start CPR. Start CPR. And they left right. Stick with us. Stick with us. Stay with us.
Get rush on 4.
While officers continue chest compressions, others work the scene. Just as Harrison said, a nearby truck shows signs of a break-in with a shattered rear window. They're able to locate its owner, Max, who works at the nearby Tongue and Groove nightclub.
Here you go, here.
I might have that. Here's my.
So Doss just gifted me 2 games on Steam. Thank you, Doss. He gifted me Hatsune Miku VR and Doom the Dark Ages. Thank you, Doss. Thank you. I appreciate you, big balls. If we could get this goal up here started, if you guys enjoy high crimes and everything, if we could get that goal up there started, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I have lots of games I need to play. Thank you, Doss. I appreciate you, big balls.
They were breaking into yours? Yeah, and I have a dash cam, so I might have recorded it. Wow, they really did ransack it. I have nothing in here, but well, they weren't smart enough to get this, were they?
An ambulance finally reaches the scene and rushes Harrison to a local hospital, where CPR continues as he's moved into a trauma room. Back at the scene, officers wait for any news of his condition.
I talked to him about 10, 15 minutes before he walked past. Yeah, I talked to him.
I sat down to eat a little popcorn and get something to drink. And I was just putting the stuff down, and I heard the pop. I looked up, I saw the car, and I was like, no.
It's getting too much, man.
Still, to me, looks like
Meanwhile,
Vegas.
Harrison's close friend tries to get information to share with the victim's mother, who he currently has on the phone.
Hey. Oh, you're gonna tell me something, or you're just gonna walk away, man? My friend just got shot. He's just walking away from me. What? Come on.
He's got the mom on the phone.
Okay. Can you give me any kind of information that I can tell them?
We don't have that yet. They're en route to Grady. They're
Condition,
still doing,
anything.
They're still doing CPR. That's all we know right now. I have a unit following behind the ambulance, and as soon as I get an update, then I'll know something. But that's all I know for right now.
Nearby officers share their own opinions about what happened.
It's sad, but I think unfortunately he should have just got as much information about that vehicle and what the people look like. Got the hell on. That ain't even your part. Then you done died. Like that's really sensitive. That's sad as hell. He was up for a minute.
And then all of a sudden they was like, yo, he's not breathing, he's not breathing. I'm like, whoa.
Look, oh, head flopped over. I was like, oh.
Just like that?
Yeah. He said, I don't want to die. He's like, this, you good? Put the chest cells on him. He said, I don't.
Damn, and he just doing his job, man.
Doing his job.
The truck's owner, Max, tells an officer he knew Harrison personally and regrets coming into work tonight, believing that if he hadn't, Harrison might never have been shot. As they discuss such a senseless act of violence, their conversation is unexpectedly interrupted.
Yo, hey! Hey!
What's up, want you to switch over?
What
do you mean? Where do I gotta go? I gotta try to go this way.
You gotta go that way, man.
Why?
You just had a shooting, man. Come on.
Well,
doesn't matter. Go.
What do you mean?
Doesn't matter. Crime scene. Go.
Oh, I see a tape, but like, is this the tape? It's not.
All right, hey, last time, if you don't leave, sir, you're gonna be arrested for obstruction.
Okay, arrest me.
Head out. Have a nice day.
Okay, arrest me.
I'm gonna ask for his ID just to see what he has things to do with it.
I think he's just drunk.
Yeah, it does sound like he's drunk.
Okay, I'll get arrested. So he said?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
No.
As investigators reach the scene, they turn to the potential dashcam footage, but Max reveals that the casing is damaged and the memory card is stuck inside.
Now, do we have permission to
do whatever you want with it?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even want it back. If as long as y'all break it, do whatever you want. As long as it helps with your investigation, I am fine with it.
Ultimately, investigators are able to retrieve the footage as the card was still intact. As the video begins, a young man can be seen approaching the rear passenger window of the truck. A full minute passes as the suspect ransacks the truck before climbing out of the broken window. Then someone can be heard off camera, which catches his attention.
Why would he climb out of the broken window? Why wouldn't he just open the door? I don't know.
Fingerprints.
Huh? It's a red eye.
Fingerprints.
But he's wearing gloves. It looks like.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I mean, I'd hope it'd be stupid to be breaking car windows and crawling in.
Then
without
someone
gloves.
can be heard.
He looks
full
like
minute pass.
He's all decked out except for the face. He just does. Yeah, he's got some gloves on and stuff.
A full minute passes as the suspect ransacks the truck before climbing out of the broken window. Then someone can be heard off camera, which catches his attention. Shortly after, Harrison was shot off camera. Tragically, the 25-year-old did not survive, and he was pronounced dead at the hospital. Still images are taken from the footage, and officers quickly begin to circulate them online, asking the public for any help to identify the suspect. Several tips lead investigators to 22-year-old Randy King, who is currently on probation as a felony first offender. According to police records, he had been convicted in Coweta County after breaking into a vehicle and at the time was found in possession of a firearm. Security footage would capture him driving
Yeah,
a gray.
I think by some chance that might be the guy we're looking for. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you know. Oh, but someone's going to cry out. He will probably say, "You arrested me because I'm black." It's like
Just because I'm
yeah,
black
mate,
and I got a lot of wrinkles on my forehead. Okay, what the fuck, boy?
racial profiling.
Boy,
Like, yes,
you
yes,
wrinkle
sir.
profiling. Yeah,
Wrinkle profiling. Yeah, all right, we're going with that.
he had like I don't know, he had like 3 rolls of wrinkles on his head when he was making a worried face. Let's see. All right.
4-door sedan and entering his apartment building wearing the same clothes and shoes he was wearing during the break-in of Max's truck. His family would confirm that Randy is, in fact, the man in the photos. 5 days after Harrison's murder, police arrive at Randy's apartment.
Randy King. It's the police
Randy.
department with a search warrant. Step outside and surrender. Your apartment is surrounded.
Come to the door, or the door is coming down.
To avoid damaging the door, maintenance provides a key, but they enter to find that Randy isn't home.
There's a picture of him holding the strap.
Is it holding the picture of him holding the actual murder weapon?
They're like, we're gonna break it down, and they're like, what about the key? I'm like, oh, I guess we could do that. Fuck.
And now the other big dude just goes, "No fucking key!" Kicks the door.
We don't use keys around here, boy.
Really?
For the emperor.
Let's get that story.
I'm trying to have fun tonight. I'm breaking this shit down.
Like snap. I think that's called a clue.
To increase pressure, Crime Stoppers
He's
of
got a
Greater
raging
Atlanta offers a
clue.
reward for his capture.
You gotta love how, like, it sounds like that their first response was, we're gonna knock down the door. They didn't even ask, like, hey, is there a key we can get to it? Like, it sounds like the maintenance had to come and interrupt and be like, no, don't break down door here.
That's exactly what happened.
And it's like, why wouldn't they think about this beforehand? Why wouldn't they be like, yeah, let's get a key they obviously have a key.
Look, I'll have to try and fucking go in with the cops here and go, operational security. You might not want to be advertising that you're raiding, because just in case the handyman is friends with Broseph here and gives him a heads up, listen, the cops are about to hit your place. You might want to fuck off. Now, my next question is,
but they're
how much
surrounded
is
the building, though. He can't go anywhere.
He doesn't know that, but my next 2 questions are how much is the reward and which one of his bros fucking got the fucking money? Because, you know, as soon as dollar signs are involved, there are no friends anymore. It's dollar bills, y'all. So which one of his bros fucking shopped him in? I'd love to know. And his best friend fucking Xavier dobbed him in and got whatever the cash reward was.
Yeah, I should be friends with more dumb criminals so I can just turn them in whenever I need some extra cash. That sounds like a good idea.
Great idea.
Sure, posting his full name in connection with the murder. Randy remains on the run for over 5 weeks until his mother calls police in mid-October, explaining that Randy is sitting with his sister outside of a courthouse and is ready to turn himself in.
Hey,
Mom gets the money.
I can hold right fast.
Huh?
I can hold him right fast.
You said do what? Yeah, come on.
How you doing?
Good. You good.
I can get my hold right fast. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Randy is then taken to a police station where he declines to speak with detectives.
You know you got a parole warrant?
Yeah.
You can only run for so long. No, thank you. It's uncomfortable.
Well, to be honest, he turned himself in, bitch, okay? It's not like you caught him, so I don't think that's really like a bragging right here. It's like you can only run for so long. I feel like that would be a good response if they caught him themselves, you know? Because he could have just went and lived in the woods probably, and if he went to the right place, probably just lived there for the rest of his life, or if not decades, without anybody knowing about him.
You'd be living off fucking grid, and you'd be foraging for your own. It would
It'd be
not
hard,
a glorious.
but I'm just saying that. I don't know.
Or you fuck off to places with no extradition treaties, like you know.
You get surgery on your face and bleach your skin.
Just do what Michael Jackson did.
Become red eye. Yeah.
Start going, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not that black guy, mate. I'm Australian. I'm a white Australian guy, mate.
Crikey. Listen,
Crikey,
yeah,
mate.
crikey.
Yeah, cranky.
Crikey, mate.
Investigators found a shell casing inside the car Randy was seen driving at the time of the murder, but a firearm was never recovered for comparison. After the case went to trial, prosecutors showed the dash cam footage to a jury, and though the defense acknowledged Randy was there, they argued he wasn't the one who pulled the trigger. However, the lead detective testified that Randy acted alone, as no evidence uncovered a potential second shooter. In 2026, the jury found Randy King guilty of murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, entering an automobile.
Now, I'm still trying to figure out if this is Vegas or what. So look, I don't know if it said anywhere and I'm just missing
to commit a theft, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm by a first offender probationer. At the age of 24, he was sentenced to life.
I don't know, I'm just like looking for something that tells us where this is located.
In prison without the possibility of parole, plus an additional 20 years. The victim, 25-year-old Harrison Olvey, had recently graduated from Kennesaw State University with a degree in finance. His fraternity, Pi Kappa Phi, later created the Harrison Olvey Scholarship in his memory. To access more of our content, including extras such as raw footage, actual case files, and unseen details, you can join.
You can subscribe to the Dank podcast Patreon.
Oh, Dorset, there have been cases of American convicts seeking asylum in Russia, and you know what happens to them now? And what's been happening to them for the last 4 years? No, they get sent to the front lines of the conflict. And you know what the average lifespan of a soldier serving on the front lines in that conflict is now?
20 seconds.
No, 20 minutes.
Oh. Oh, 20 minutes. Well,
20
longer
fucking
than
minutes.
I thought. Okay.
After your deployment, the average dude, once they're deployed on the front lines, gets smoked in 20 minutes.
That sounds like, that sounds like playing Call of Duty on hard mode. For sure.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the Ukrainian front lines and run around as a Russian meat shield, because it's not fun. And those Americans that went over there and moved because they didn't like the way America was going, they also got put straight in the military and sent to the front line, even though they promised they wouldn't.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
I think I want to go fight in the front lines now.
20 minutes.
Yeah, he's talking about the average lifespan, or the average, survival rate, or whatever, of people that are put on the front lines like that. Yeah, it's obviously a dangerous position if 20 minutes is the expected amount of time you can live through that. All right. So, guys, please don't be afraid to help with the goal up there in the top right corner there. We got a $100 goal, and we've made it 0% on the $100 goal. That's no good. What is this, Nazi Germany? What is this?
I don't know. No, I don't think it is. Hold on, I'm looking. No one's goose stepping around here. We're good.
All right, never mind. I guess I was confused, mate.
Oh, wait, no, there's Pauline Hanson. My bad.
Oh, shit. Boy. All right, so, and also what you guys can do is tip to pick which story we cover next. I prefer, when we do this right now, we cover this channel. I like to cover EWU channels. They have multiple different ones, but we have new stories, though, here that we haven't covered. Like this one, caregiver realizes cop found dead client wrapped in plastic.
Well, you know what? It's how you care for things. Like, if you care, you've seen what old people do with their furniture. They put plastic coverings on it. They put plastic.
She was looking out for their furniture and their carpet.
She's looking out for the client. But she figured the client likes having all of his stuff wrapped in plastic. So I'll wrap the client in plastic and stick them on the couch wrapped in plastic, and everything will stay pristine.
It's genius. I don't see what the problem is.
Either do I. Let's watch the video and find out.
Well, hold on.
But first,
butt sex?
we need tips.
Yeah.
Well, that and then tips. Or maybe, what if we get both at the same time?
Wow.
Ooh.
And then this other one is new too. We haven't covered. Cop's gut feeling turns into missing teens rescue. See, someone in the chat said earlier. They said human misery. Let's toke up. That one's not human misery. That's someone getting saved. Okay, that's happy stuff. All right.
Yeah, we're not always on a downer here at the podcast. Sometimes we find uplifting stories to talk about, like things being wrapped in plastic. That's uplifting, and you know.
Yeah, that one's super uplifting. Let's see, and
have they got a pursuit channel? Please let them have a pursuit, because we're doing a pursuit special. I'm going to bribe you one day so we can basically call pursuits like we're watching a football match. It's going to be fucking great.
What's a pursuit? Oh, like a
high speed
chase.
Pursuit. Yes, car chases, my friend.
Okay.
We'll do a special one day. I'll find a couple of vids that we can get away with watching and check it out. Oh,
can you play Hello Kitty Island Adventure again? Loved your stream last night. It's Brett Keane. He got TV radio. He tipped me a bunch last night. Brett Keane's becoming a big fan of mine. Okay,
listen,
fine, Brett. We can do more Hello Kitty Island Adventure tonight.
I just want to apologise to Brett. I've been rude in the past few weeks, saying mean things to him, and I'm really sorry because you just gave Shabisky $1. That means that you're a wonderful person.
Yeah, that's what happened last night. I was talking hella shit to him, and then he started giving me money, and I said how great he is. All of a sudden. So yes, yeah. Brett loves when I play Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Let's keep it up on that goal up there. We could do better than just 1%. All right, let's just cover the next story here. I mean, Brett Keane, you could choose the story. You could choose it. Which one do we cover? I don't know.
Brett, if you keep tipping, Brett, this will be the start of a wonderful bromance. I just want to say that.
Yeah. All right, let's cover this one. Cop's gut feeling turns into missing teens rescue. Oh my God.
You're 37 and you're friends with a 16-year-old girl. So how did you meet her? Where at specifically?
At my hotel room.
A traffic stop quickly
that's
spirals
not a
into
good
a
start.
horrifying investigation after police discover a missing teenage girl traveling with a 37-year-old man.
Yeah, it's like text for traffic.
Yeah.
His criminal history is horrible.
In the evening hours of March 8th, 2026, a deputy makes a traffic stop in Crescent City, Florida. However, as he speaks with the driver, 37-year-old Joshua McGrath, and the young girl sitting beside him, it becomes clear that something isn't quite right.
What's up, my brother? How are you? Good. I'm Deputy Trini with the Sheriff's Office. Ma'am, how are you this evening? Good. The reason why I'm stopping you, I was paced you at 62 and a 60. Do you have your driver's license registration insurance on you? All right. Young lady, you wouldn't happen to have your ID on you, would you?
No, sir. That's my little cousin.
That's your cousin?
Yes, sir.
What? 16?
Yes, sir.
What's your name, young lady?
Huh?
Your name?
Huh?
Your name?
My name is
Brandy Lewis?
Prior to the traffic stop, the deputy had already crossed paths with the pair at a Circle K gas station. As he drove past them in the parking lot, both occupants ducked down in their seats. It was an unusual reaction, possibly hinting that something or someone inside the vehicle wasn't meant to be seen.
So, did you hear what the cop stopped them for?
62
you were doing
and a
62 in a 60. So usually the cops would absolutely fucking ignore that unless they've got a reason to pull them over. And we've just learnt what it was. I thought that they had a all points bulletin on that motherfucker, but it turns out his own behavior has brought him unstuck when they both went "What?" and tried to hide from the cop. This is chef's kiss of getting yourself fucking busted.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
I love it.
Pretty funny. If they acted normal and didn't do that, they probably wouldn't have got caught, or
Wouldn't
I
it-
should
wouldn't
say
it looked at him and fucking
him
twice.
caught, rather. Yeah.
Birthday?
October
What year?
2000. I live with the year, I'm sorry. I believe it's like, what, 2012, 13?
2013?
14 maybe? I'm going to be 15 in October.
Look
The
at this
deputy
dude trying to
conducts a
shrink
records
back into
check,
his
but
chair
what-
and just disappear.
Yeah.
Comes back only
This is
adds
great.
to his growing suspicion.
Here's the thing. All right, the name and the information you gave me doesn't come back to anything. Additionally, with the date of birth of 2013, you said? Hold on. 2013 makes you 13 years old.
Okay,
So
Whoops.
I need you to write your full name and your birthday right on this pad of paper for me, okay? So that's a different name than what you gave me. So why is that?
well, what happened?
Go ahead and hop out for me. Go ahead, hop out. Yep, come on out. Why would you give me a bad name? Do you have a warrant or something?
No, I just have a bad, whatchamacallit. I'm not resisting. I really don't got time for that. I'm already black. I'm not even I really don't got time for this. I really don't.
The girl, while initially hesitant, finally
What
provides the
just
deputy
happened?
with her real.
Could you play that back again? I'm really confused. What just
I don't
happened?
got time for
I
that.
need-
I'm already black.
Do you have a warrant or something?
No, I just have a bad, whatchamacallit. I'm not resisting.
whatchamacallit.
I really don't got time for that. I'm already black. I'm not even I really don't got time for this. I really don't.
The girl, while
Oh,
initially
God.
hesitant, finally
That's really
provides
funny. the way she says that.
She's
Oh,
being
God.
trained to get her away from
She's-
the fucking rock spider sitting in the car right
Yeah,
there.
it's not like they're being mean to her or anything. They're just detaining her. And if anything, this probably saved her from some horrible thing happening or whatever.
However, he soon learns much more than that, as a troubling revelation transforms the encounter into something far more serious.
Who is that young lady to you?
It's my friend. I met her in Charlotte.
In Charlotte. How old are you?
37.
You're 37. And you're friends with a 16-year-old girl?
She's not 16.
Well, how old is she?
She's 19.
19. She's entered in as missing.
Huh?
Yeah.
The girl's mother reported her missing on February 2nd out of Gastonia, North Carolina, nearly 480 miles from Crescent City, Florida. Now investigators must piece together how she ended up so far from home with a man who her mother says is a complete stranger.
How do you know this young man?
He's a friend of a family member, and we got multiple connections or whatever. He's very trusted by family.
How long have you known him?
I say probably since I was 11.
Can we be honest, please?
I'm being honest with you.
How long have you guys known each other?
We've known each other now for probably about a month.
So how did you meet him?
We met in public.
You just met randomly in public?
Yes, sir.
Where at specifically?
At my hotel room.
She's 19.
That's what she told me.
Okay.
But the missing girl is in fact 16, and concern for her well-being continues to escalate after officers search through Joshua's car.
Oh, there's money all over the place. This one?
No, under.
And this one?
Looks like a couple of there ain't nothing in there. Fake money.
Hey, do me a favor. Grab that wig out of there so I can take a picture of that.
Ramirez?
So, with human trafficking,
Sorry, Tom.
it's pretty pretty common for them to wear different kind of wigs and yeah. She wanted her purse, so I collected it. There's a male performance drug in her purse. Her breath reeks of booze.
Officers would also discover a printer, 19 counterfeit $100 bills, and drug paraphernalia inside of the vehicle.
He's printing money.
Dude, this guy is so fucked. He's such a fucking idiot. Holy fuck. Wow. It just stacks on. They said he already had a deplorable, record, criminal record, and what? He's running around with a 16-year-old girl who's, I assume he's getting liquor for, and he has a printer.
You don't have to assume that. We can just say he was getting her booze.
Yeah,
he's got a My question
printing money. He has that in his car with him. If you're gonna do something as crazy as that, and nobody should, you'd think at least keep that at home. What the fuck? You're just gonna drive around with your printing machine for print? What?
Yes, you are.
That's so crazy. It's like no wonder your stupid ass gets caught if that's how you go about doing it. Like seriously, honestly.
Yeah. I'm going to drive around with enough incriminating evidence here to get me fucking banged up for at least 20 years per charge. Like, you're trafficking a minor across fucking state lines, I'm gathering, which is a big fucking no-no. And to boot, you're printing $100 bills, y'all? Like, that's counterfeiting. That's a federal fucking offense as well as crossing a state line. So we're both in federal vicinity. So you're going to a federal penitentiary straight up, motherfucker.
Yeah,
and you're not going to have fun.
No, that's not smart, Remy. Especially not in his car. Oh shit. God TV radio. No. I don't. I don't play. I mean, unless that's an EWU video, I don't play random stuff on here like that. I could do it when I do the gaming stream after this, but not during this stream. I keep it strictly EWU cool guy stories. But yeah, let's continue this. Thank you. Yes, let's keep it up on the goal. We could do better than just 2% on the goal.
Mm-hmm. That, my friend, is 1,010% of federal crime.
But this is only the tip of the iceberg, as one discovery will soon expose a sickening secret. For now, Joshua continues telling his side of the story.
How did she get to your hotel room?
She was there. I don't know.
Did anything engage in this hotel room?
No, sir.
And then
we had to think about that one.
From there,
yeah.
She's just been with you ever since?
Pretty much, yes, sir.
Yeah?
For the most part, yes.
Are you guys kind of like in a relationship or something?
No, we just friends.
So where were you guys headed to?
Right now?
Yeah.
Orlando.
Orlando.
Yes, sir.
What's in Orlando?
Hopefully some arcades.
Arcades?
Yes, sir.
No, arcades, talking about like gambling games?
Yes, sir.
No. State of Florida, those are illegal. So, yeah.
They shut them down.
Yeah. Yeah.
The girl, however, tells a different version of events, claiming that she and Joshua traveled to the state for a friend's birthday.
This was all planned. This is all planned. We all came as a group. There's other people that's on the highway. It's like 3 other cars that we came with. One of y'all deputies helped us when we got here because we had to run out of gas on the side of the road.
In Putnam County?
No, it was in, it was in Jacksonville.
So how long have you been away from home?
I'd say probably about what's today? Sunday?
Yep.
Okay, so it's probably been since Thursday.
So you left Thursday, and it's Sunday, and you guys
are going back home. Yes.
Well, home is that way.
What's that way?
You guys are going south.
Yeah, it's like Texas traffic.
Yeah. Yeah.
His criminal history is deplorable.
According to court documents, Joshua's previous offenses include several drug convictions, possession of a firearm by a felon, resisting an officer, and interfering with emergency communications. But a shocking piece of evidence reveals a far more disturbing side of Joshua than his criminal record ever had.
I don't know what's going on, so I'm gonna tell you the God honest truth.
The case would soon draw the attention of federal authorities after investigators obtained search warrants for both of their phones. During their examination, they discovered several explicit videos depicting the teenager and the 37-year-old on the girl's device. Additionally, explicit images of the teen were also recovered from both Joshua and the girl's phone.
Time for this. I'm 16 from when this could be on my neck. Just because I got them chose to ride with me. I don't got time for this.
Just relax.
Her and the I don't got time for this shit is, I'm sorry, that's just so funny to me. It's like, ain't nobody got time for that. Like the meme.
Yep.
Oh, it's so silly.
Just
Oh,
relax.
these people got going on.
Just relax, okay? Yeah,
Ain't nobody got time for this. Getting arrested.
But it's too much. I just don't know what all is going on.
Is that cum on the
I just
thing?
want to go home.
The 16-year-old
Probably.
was placed in the temporary custody of the
Damn.
Florida Department of Children and Families until she could be reunited with her mother. Joshua, on the other hand, was placed under arrest and transported to the
Ain't
Putnam
nobody
County
got time
Jail.
for getting arrested.
According to court records, he was later handed over to federal custody and charged with 1 count of production of
Oh,
and 1
man.
count of transportation
Dude,
of a minor to
he's
engage-
just breaking all laws at the same time. It's like he decided one day like that he wanted to get arrested and he wanted to just accomplish breaking every single law he possibly could at once. So he just gets the worst, conviction.
Yeah, he was speed running that shit, man.
Yeah,
He was speed running it.
like what the fuck? This guy's such a dick butt, man. And worst of
He's
all,
gonna have a dick in his butt when he gets to prison, that's for sure.
and worst of all, out of all these things he did, he fucking sped. Okay, he went 62 in a 60. That's fucked up.
Putting lives at risk.
Yes, he put him in the chair. Give him the chair.
Outrageous.
engage in criminal activity. The case is still ongoing.
Oh, it's ongoing.
Watch
still.
our full video.
Well, they are probably gonna throw the fucking book at that piece of shit. If they don't, the judge should be fired. The judge
Don't
shouldn't.
take kindly to that in Florida.
Yeah. Ain't nobody got time for this. Dude. I hope he gets like 30 fucking years or something. Fuck that guy.
He'll probably get more for
Yeah.
making counterfeit bills, which is fucked up, but the feds don't fuck around when it comes to currency. Like,
Yeah.
ask Al Capone. Tax evasion. That's how they got Al Capone. Not for murder or anything like that. They locked him up for donkey's years for evading tax.
You're lying. You don't know that.
No. Well,
You
I
ain't
don't
no
really.
scientist.
I'm not.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Alright, I'm gonna do some chugging. Everybody in the chat, let's keep it up on the goal. Cheers. Keep me drinking and smoking the marijuanas. Cheers.
Yep, it's time for some weeds.
Also, you guys can become $10 patrons and be guests on the show. It should be in the description below. There's a tier for $10 to come on and hang out with us. Oh damn.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's cover this next story. This nice Glad Wrap commercial.
Sweet.
Not a sponsor, Tubes. That would be kind of funny, though.
This episode's brought to you by Glad Wrap.
Yeah, there's no way. Like, the funny thing is I don't know. I could attempt it, maybe. Like, there's a bunch on YouTube. They have a whole thing where you can advertise all sorts of things. Plus, I could just use Amazon like that and stuff. It'd be funny to actually do that, but I don't know if I could. Like, I imagine.
Let's just push it way too far and do that for every
Yeah,
episode. We'll be very
it's like a
selective with
suit.
products.
Yeah, it's like a
Let's
suit.
cause
Yeah.
emotional damage.
Yeah, like if there's a murder with a chainsaw, we gotta like advertise the new
Husqvarna chainsaws.
electric chainsaw or whatever.
No,
yeah.
we go for a Husqvarna fucking one that pollutes the environment by breathing out heinous amounts of fumes as it's chopping up its victims.
It breathes out anus.
Anus fumes, yes.
Anus
that's exactly what I
fumes?
said.
Dude, that's crazy. I want one of these. All right, let's cover the next story. Excuse me. So the next one is caregiver realizes cops found dead client wrapped in plastic.
Brought to you by Glad Wrap.
Brought to you by Glad Wrap, exactly.
I snapped. How did you snap? I just did. Abuse. Yeah. Too much of it.
When police respond to a brutal stabbing, they find a disabled veteran clinging to life and a woman whose account of this bloodbath may not be the whole truth.
She is diabolical. You have no freaking clue.
On March 8, 2026, Charlotte County Sheriff's Office deputies are dispatched to a home in Punta Gorda, Florida, after a frantic woman calls 911.
911, what is the address of the emergency?
Yes. I came out to check on my neighbor, and he's dead.
Okay,
His truck's gone. There's blood everywhere. He was covered with plastic.
You said he was covered in plastic?
Yes.
Okay, now, does it look like there was any sort of injury?
I don't know. Yes, he bled to death.
Okay, but I'm saying, does it look like there were any injuries? Were there any weapons around?
I don't know, honey.
Okay, that's okay. You're doing a great job. I'm just trying to help for our deputies here, okay? Now,
Well,
does he live here alone?
Thank you, Tubby. Yeah.
He had
Yeah, everybody send us your jewels. We need jewels.
roommate.
And the roommate is not there, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
He
Can you do
we
me a
don't
huge
know.
favor and step out front to make contact with the deputies?
Yes.
When a deputy arrives at the scene, he rushes to the back of the home and discovers an unresponsive elderly man lying next to a wheelchair in a pool of blood with a severe laceration to his arm.
So he hit his head. He's still warm. Yeah.
The temperature of the body tells deputies they're dealing with a very recent attack. Believing there may still be a chance to save him, they begin CPR.
Press.
Got rigor or anything like that?
No, he's still warm.
Despite their efforts, he cannot be revived.
Stop compression.
I mean, the blood around them is coagulated, but it's still wet at least.
There's the whole wheelchair is covered in blood.
So is that one over there. There's one over there that's covered in blood too, and the blood goes from all the way over there.
The spin circle's right here.
When a deputy speaks with the woman who called 911, she identifies the victim as 76-year-old Paul Dwayne Bradley, a disabled military veteran who relies on multiple caregivers for daily assistance.
One, his truck's missing.
Yeah.
It's not here. Two, he was covered in plastic.
Okay.
The sheathing was over him.
The plastic sheathing was? Okay.
I pulled it back to make sure it was him. Because
Okay.
I've seen his foot, but I had to make sure it was him.
Okay.
And that's
Okay.
all I touched, and I called him.
As deputies process the scene, a visibly shaken friend of Paul's approaches with information that immediately begins to point investigators toward a potential suspect.
Just stay back there for now, because this is an active crime scene, okay? Okay. With what?
I don't know who's the lady that's living with him. She just moved in, and he came over the other day and told me she was schizophrenic, and he wanted to get her out of the house.
Yeah, because see, that's what we was supposed to be here at 7 to help him make sure she goes.
You too?
Okay.
The deputy learns that earlier that morning, Paul had fired a living caregiver who had recently moved into the home. When she refused to leave, he called authorities for assistance.
So, this caretaker, is she someone you hired, or is it a friend? Or
I was going to hire her, and I'd try her out for a month, you know.
Okay.
But then I thought, after 3 days, I knew she wasn't going to be no good.
What is she doing? So, I get that she's not, like, really taking care of you, but what else is she doing?
Nothing.
Nothing? She's just doing nothing?
She makes me good meals, don't get me wrong. But that's all she does.
So she's just cooking for you, that's all she's doing?
Yeah. She's just worthless.
She's in there right now?
Yeah, she's in bed, I think.
So, you want her out of here today, we can do that. Do you just want her to get going, or do you want her, like, formally trespassed?
No, if she refuses to go.
If she refuses to go, then yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna go talk to her now.
The deputy spoke to Paul's caregiver, 48-year-old Shannon Rose Giblin. She denied neglecting his care and said there was another reason Paul wanted her out of the house.
I'm going to tell you the truth, sir.
Okay.
He and the girl that got me this job knows this too. You can talk to her about it. He is mad at me because I didn't give him sexual pleasure. Do you see it? Have you ever had?
Yeah, I've heard of this kind of thing.
She told the deputy Paul had repeatedly made unwanted sexual advances, including one incident where he allegedly put his hands on her.
We go run errands. Of course, I drive. And I help him out of his buggy into the truck, and I snap on a seatbelt for him. You know, just be sweet. And so I'm leaning over, snapping his seatbelt, and he grabs the back of my head. He puts his hand on the back of my head, and he moves my head towards his crotch, and he goes, ugh, groans.
With Shannon's serious allegations, the deputy was now facing a much more complicated situation.
I want to go back in and talk to him again about that.
He's going to deny it. You know
Yeah, probably. But the problem here, Shannon, is that he wants you gone. And so if he tells me that he wants you gone, then that is my job to do that.
So you want me to leave right now?
So that's what I'm going to try to figure out with him.
That's impossible. I have no car. I've got cats. This man is a pervert.
Listen, I'm not saying I don't believe you at all, okay? So I'm going to go talk to him. I've heard this story a few times, okay?
I like her, Red Eye.
I can fix her, I think.
Let me go talk to him, and then we'll figure out what's going on next, okay?
Paul denied the allegations and remained firm that he wanted her out of the house.
Like, sure, you can fix her, but can you fix her eyebrows? I think not. I think not, sir.
So,
no,
what you should do is
complicated
go ahead and get
thing.
out of here. I know you don't have a car, but I would go ahead and get your things together. I'll contact a friend. I don't know your money situation. But
I have like $30.
if I leave, this is another big question. Is there going to be a huge fight here? Is there going to be a fist fight?
No.
Okay.
No, because first and foremost, felony. Put your hands on the
I was going
man.
to say, exactly.
I know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hours later, Paul's body is found in the very spot where Shannon had spoken with the deputy. As the investigation continues, a review of security footage from a neighboring residence reveals Paul's 2024 Toyota Tacoma leaving the property around 4:30 p.m.
Can you do a felony bolo for this guy's truck? I need to know where it is as soon as possible, and I need it stopped.
3 hours after Paul's body is discovered, the vehicle is located at a McDonald's in Sarasota County, 53 miles north of the crime scene, and Shannon is inside.
Step out of the vehicle with your hands up. Hands up, hands up, hands up. Turn around. Walk backwards to me. No, don't reach. Walk backwards with your hands in the air. Do not reach. Walk backwards to me now. You got hands?
Got hands. Drop down your knees.
Get on your knees. Keep your hands on your head.
Hands on your head.
Is there anyone else in the vehicle?
My cats.
After Sarasota County deputies detain Shannon, she begins making disturbing claims about what happened to her.
Why are you guys being so mean to me when I was abused?
Okay.
And almost murdered by
know,
a guy.
I don't know anything about anything.
I'm gonna stand you up.
Okay, let's stand up.
I was almost just murdered. Look at my body.
Shannon is transported to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, where she says she was constantly harassed and abused by Paul. But detectives will soon get a surprising phone call that raises questions about her story.
Paul's a very evil man. I believe it was the second night I was there. I was saying goodnight to him, and he reaches back and he starts doing this on my upper leg, and he starts reaching over towards my crotch. And I was like, all right, well, good night. I mean, I had just gotten there.
Shannon describes another incident she says crossed a line, leaving her feeling devastated.
He told me that he loves to spoon. He's like, if we're ever spooning and you feel the little guy down there misbehave, you can just skedaddle. So I went to my room, sat on the bed, in disbelief, and just started crying. And he literally wants me there for sex.
She goes on to describe a history of childhood trauma, suggesting Paul's alleged behavior triggered painful memories from her past.
Nobody understands that there's sick men out there. Okay, I was freaking by my own father. When I was 14, he took my virginity. Okay? I've been almost murdered by a guy choking in front of my 3-year-old daughter. Okay?
Detectives shift their focus to what happened after the deputy told her to leave Paul's home.
Obviously, it looks like you were put in a very tough spot. I mean, I see you're scratched up and have some injuries. Did he get violent after law enforcement left?
Yes.
How so?
He grabbed me, and I've got the things.
But after learning about the arrest, Shannon's sister contacts investigators and reveals a pattern from Shannon's past. One that raises questions about whether she's telling the truth.
I just wanted to say that someone noticed in her mugshot that there were scratches on her. And I wanted to tell the detectives that she has a history of self and trying to blame other people. One of her baby daddies, for lack of a better term, she bragged about getting him locked up in Sarasota for like 8 months because she beat herself up and then called the cops and said he did it. I was thinking to myself, oh my God, she's going to sit there and try to say it was self-defense and he did that to her.
What happened next with Paul?
I look at him and I said, Paul, after everything I've done for you, clean your house, cook for you, give you baths, so you're just willing to have the sheriff just push me to the curb? I said, what would you have done to my cats? And he goes, well, and it was obvious he would have killed them. Just the way he said it.
All right, so then what happened?
He's in his scooter, and he starts going, and I start following him. And he stops in his scooter, and he grabs his phone. And I'm like, what are you doing? Because he was going to call the cops again. And I went to grab it, and he's like, what are you doing? And he starts grabbing me. I guess I snapped.
You just admitted putting
snapped.
hands on him first,
No,
grabbing
I
his
didn't.
phone, which is a battery.
It just hit me. I snapped. I just did. Abuse.
Yeah.
Too much of it.
I get it.
I was in a mental hospital because I snapped. Years ago, it's all documented. All of it.
According to Shannon, when the confrontation turned physical, she used the kitchen knife.
Oh, dude. I was just about to say, this is like Shanny. Like, just trying to make herself a victim at every turn and fabricating shit and everything. And then her name actually is Shannon. That's great.
Oh, good lord.
Are all Shannons just broken?
Yes. We can assume that at this point we have two data sets, two separate data points to cut. No good.
It's been confirmed. It's been confirmed here on High Crime.
Science.
Yes.
We use science to come up with a answer to a age-old question. Are Shannys broken? Yes.
They're all broken.
To cut him.
Was it a little cut, a big cut when you cut him?
No, he was bleeding a lot.
Okay.
You hear how
lot,
fucking casually she just said that? Oh, he was bleeding a lot.
Her sister claims this wasn't the first time Shannon had used a knife during a confrontation.
I spoke to the boyfriend that just escaped from her. Like, he could have been the next victim, but his daughters were like, you need to get the hell out of there. Because he would wake up in the middle of the night and she would be standing over him with a butcher knife and saying he was going to kill him.
And apparently, like Shanny, she doesn't know how to do her makeup.
I can fix her. She is so fixable. Look at her. Like, I'd take her down to the beauty salon. I'd get rid of the clown lips, the first thing to go right. Then I'd straighten up her hair maybe a little. You know, tease it up, mate. No, I'd tease it up more to get that 80s rock sort of aesthetic going. The orange, I'm not digging. I'd go for a nice blood red.
The thing around her lips make it look like she just got done eating out someone's ass.
Well, obviously that's what's happened. She's been eating ass, and they pulled her out of a cell and go, "We've got to take your mugshot." And she went, "Oh, God damn it, I was eating ass
Oh, God.
with some Jello." Yeah, so she was throwing some Jello in there for flavour, and that's why she's looking so angry right now. You disturbed my ass eating.
Oh, damn. Yeah, she's pissed.
He
At her.
literally hightailed it across the state of Florida to get away from her because his daughter lives on the other coast. He told me I was afraid she was going to slit my throat in my sleep.
Shannon insists the confrontation with Paul escalated into something she never expected.
I'm scared for my life, and I'm scared for my cat's life. This man abuses me. It's not like I'm like, oh, I've hurt this precious man today.
No one's claiming that.
But Shannon's ex-boyfriend describes a conversation he had with Shannon about Paul that paints a very different picture.
He was on the phone with her on Sunday before this happened. She was telling him that she was going to kill the guy before she killed him. And I'm just saying, because I think it's relevant, because if she's like saying, I'm going to go in there and kill him, and then she does it, that's premeditated in my book.
Shannon says that after cutting Paul, she pushed him in his scooter to the back of the house, where she placed him on the ground and watched him die. But before fleeing in his truck, she covered his body with the plastic tarp. When asked why, she offers an unexpected explanation.
What was up with the plastic? Everything else makes sense to me. I don't understand that part.
When you take care of somebody, tucking them in, does that make sense at all? I don't know.
Can I ask you a question that's kind of personal? How do you feel now that that happened?
He was not innocent. That's how I feel. He abused me. That's how I feel. Because a part of me was, I'm like, it was either me and my kitties or him. I'm serious. Now you both look at me like you hate me.
We don't hate you.
Promise me no.
I'm not cold-hearted.
She's threatened so many people in her life. She is diabolical. You have no freaking clue.
According to court documents, in March 2026, Shannon was charged with second-degree murder and grand theft of a motor vehicle. She pled not guilty to the charges. Shannon's public defender filed a motion requesting a competency examination, and a hearing is scheduled for August 6, 2026, to determine whether she is fit.
I love when these things are so new. So in 2 days, they're doing a hearing on this. In 2 days.
To stand trial. She remains jailed without bond. Watch our full videos as they were originally made.
That's kind of interesting when it's like that. Like, it's so fucking new. Wonder if they'll... Oh, what's that? Roxy Peach, thank you. Coming through with a $7 tip, thank you. You're amazing. Yes, let's keep it up on the goal, please, guys. That puts us at 9% on the goal. Cheers.
Yeah, well, listen, you should go to the courtroom for the court proceedings, and then halfway through the proceedings, you'll go, Shabisky here for high crimes, and I'd like to ask you a question, ma'am.
I gotta be like one of those annoying...
Yeah, and you swirl your mustache up, with put a little curl on the end of the mustache, yeah, put it up, so, how you going, Howard?
Shabisky here with
from
High Crimes
News.
Can I get an interview with you? Can I ask you a question, please? Just one question. Question, please. I'd probably get it. I'd probably be the only one there, so she'd hella want to answer me. Like, holy shit, people care?
The judge would go, oh, high crimes is here. Oh, we're stopping the proceedings. Please, Shabisky, you can take over and be the judge now.
Yeah, finally. I've been waiting for my moment. I'm not even gonna listen to the whole thing. I'm just gonna, like, flip a coin. If it lands tails, convict him to 50 years.
I'll be the defense lawyer, and I'll go. I can fix her, Your Honor.
I can fix
her.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She just needs lots of makeup and her hair did.
Oh, so much makeup and a fresh hairdo and
her hair did. I'd watch. Yeah, you better watch. Roxy, do you want me to drink a beer for that? What are you thinking? What are you thinking there? So let's see. What can we cover next? Boy. Here's another happy story. Cops catch dad driving with dead family. Very positive.
well, they could just be zombified. Are we here to,
It was an accident.
Are we qualified to judge the life status of an individual? I don't know.
You're lying, Joss. You're lying. Alright, I'm gonna play more Hello Kitty Island Adventure tonight. Heck yeah, Roxy. We could cover this. This looks like one that...
The following footage of Killer Rich...
I might be wrong here, but this one is one that I don't think we covered. This one's a little longer. I don't know. What do you guys think? The disturbing case of the horrorcore killer. Maybe I should let Roxy choose. What do you think, Roxy? This, or should I look at other names, other titles? I think this is one that we haven't covered. If I start watching and figure out we have covered it already, I might have to just switch to something else. I don't think so. Yeah, it's not looking familiar. Uncle Bretty? Yeah, be mean to Uncle Bretty. He deserves it. He's never been a good person. Never. Just came out all crappy. Probably came out the asshole or something. Something's wrong with him. No, Brett is not my uncle. We call him Uncle Bretty because, like, the AI calls him Bretty. I added uncle to it, I think. I don't know. It's just a joke. It's a joke, boy. This one, either way.
And tonight on Ewu, Shabisky reveals his deep, dark secret. Brett Keane is my uncle.
It's like he's my father. He's like, I am your father. Oh, and I'm like, no! No! I am your father. No! And instead of
He chops off your bong hand. Chops off your hand holding your nice bong, and you go, yeah.
Yeah, I end up just like Minecrafted myself once he tells me he's my father. I'm like, fuck this shit, and I just
I'll never join you eating mac and cheese. No.
I take my lightsaber and like freaking just samurai my stomach. You know? Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it. Alright, so let's get to this one. We're gonna cover this one. I think this is one we never covered, so it should be interesting. The disturbing case of the horrorcore killer. Yeah. Let's get it going.
The following footage of killer Richard Samuel McCroskey has never been seen before.
Alright, so I'm making this video because, or if anybody finds this, I really don't know what I'm trying to say, and just I'm breathtaking at what I've done, and I apologize. I know I'm gonna pay for my consequences.
He's breathtaking at what he's done. He talks. Speaking of bread, he talks like bread or something. He doesn't know what English is.
You know, I wish that I could have not done this, but I just lost my mind. I snapped. and I did what I did, and I gotta pay for it now. My consequences. I'm like all shaky and stuff, but like, to any.
Like, I gotta pay for it now. My consequences. Am I wrong? Does he not like talk like a lol cow, like Shani or Brett? The way I don't know.
It's a sad thing that's sort of popping up in a lot of places around the world. Is grammar matters, so you can understand each other, and we're starting to go off the rails a bit. That's just my opinion.
It's like, to me, I feel like people that talk like this, they don't think enough about the sentence before they say it, you know? They don't think about... They don't think enough... Well, before they say it, you know? They're like off the cuff. Like normally, you think a little bit and plan what you're going to say before you say it. I feel like they don't actually do that like a normal person. That's why they end up like saying stupid shit and forming the sentence all retardedlies. That's a word, right? Retardedlies?
It is now.
Hell yeah.
Everybody that finds this, tell my parents that like I love them, and I'm very sorry for doing this, and there's nothing really else to say.
There's nothing else to say, bro.
Is probably gonna hate me for this. I'm sorry, and
okay. So I'm thinking, like, what is he gonna do? I'm thinking he's gonna go over to his computer and click unsubscribe on the Shabisky channel or the Dank Dumpster channel.
He better.
At this point, could you imagine that edited in? He's doing all this like build up to what he's gonna do, and then what he ends up doing is just going and unsubscribing. I would hate him the most out of everybody we've ever covered if he did that.
I had to do it. My mind just snaps. I couldn't control it anymore.
Couldn't control it, bro.
That's it. Fuck you to the big world. Fuck everybody in the world. I can't stand this place.
See, like, listen to the way he's talking, too. You hear it in his voice, how he's kind of like...
He's an edgelord, mate. That's what he is. He's an edge... This is
he's trying to sound cool, the way he talks.
An edgelord murder confession?
Yeah, bro. Like, fuck the world. And everything in it, man.
Did he start it off with the obligatory...
I hope so.
You better.
I hope so, boy.
Richard filmed this video as he was living in the home of his victims and their rotting corpses. He stayed in the house with their dead bodies for days after their deaths. Neighbors began noticing a sickening stench emanating from somewhere in the neighborhood, but couldn't pin down the source. They shrugged it off, attributing the smell to a dead animal. Little did they know they were smelling 4 human bodies as they began to decompose. When Richard finally fled the house, he left behind a crime scene so horrific, police wouldn't even describe what they found beyond the victims dying of blunt force trauma. What exactly was he doing during his time in the home remains a mystery to this very day. But one thing is for certain, when he set off to visit his online friend for the first time, no one could have possibly imagined everything would take such a shocking turn.
See, this is why you can't meet online friends. This is why I'll never meet Red Eye in person, okay? He'll probably end up killing me.
Probably?
I think so. I don't know. You seem like the type. I'm watching.
Maybe.
Boy. That's why I'll never go to Florida or wherever you live.
It's all right. I can come to Nevada.
No. You're fine. Just stay
Maybe
over
I'm
there,
in
boy.
Nevada right now.
When I hear knocking at my door, like, let me in, Shabisky. Let me in, Shabisky. I'm gonna stick my thumb up your ass.
Can I
in,
clean your chimney, Gov?
You want me to clean your chimney, governor?
20-year-old Richard Samuel McCroskey III was an aspiring horrorcore rapper who lived with his father and...
Oh, are you what? He was a
Is that a
rapper?
genetic? Did he just say horrorcore rapper? Is that now a generic rap horrorcore? Okay, I am getting old because that sounds ridiculous. Just so horrorcore. What?
I don't know. I don't know, but I want to listen to his rapping now.
Sister in Castro Valley, California. Richard had been relentlessly teased.
Help me find his raps, guys.
And harassed
Oh, look,
in
it's
high
Evil
school,
Gollum.
primarily because of his red hair and weight. But he was very submissive
My precious. My precious.
and didn't fight back. As a result, he dropped out of 2 different high schools and never graduated. For a while, he worked as a
That's not how
graphic
you drink a 40.
What? Horrorcore, 20 years, what?
designer and was skilled at
What'd
making
you say?
websites. Many described him as a quiet young man who kept to himself, but his MySpace profile showed the juxtaposition of his online and real-world personalities. Under the names Lil Demon Dog or Psycho Sam, his MySpace page was littered with references to the underground horrorcore scene, which included obscene lyrics and various depictions of murder. You can see some of the horrorcore artwork Richard displayed in his bedroom. Many believe his stage name was inspired by an unhealthy obsession with David Richard Berkowitz, also known as the Son of Sam, a serial killer who murdered 6 people from 1976 to 1977. Many of his photos show him posed in cemeteries or holding weapons such as an axe. In one video Richard posted, he is wearing a skull bandana while standing outside a Gothic church during a lightning storm and rapping lyrics about the evil voices inside my head. They just want me to murder continuously. They want me to take lives on a mass murder spree. They love the smell of a body that's rotten and decayed. That's what I think about when I'm stalking my prey. The fact that Richard says evil voices inside my head does not necessarily mean he is hearing voices in the same way that a person with schizophrenia hears voices. While people who have schizophrenia can commit murder in response to a commanding hallucination, it doesn't seem like this was the case with Richard. People with antisocial personality disorder often have many different selves. People with APD also sort of morph into different identities, depending on the situation and what they want to achieve. For instance, they can be very charismatic in situations where they need to manipulate someone to get their way. So in Richard's case, the voices inside his head that he's referring to can simply just be his evil side or his own inner violent tendencies. As Richard's confidence within the horrorcore niche grew, he started chatting with other like-minded individuals, among them 16-year-old Emma Kelly Niederbrock, who went by the username Ragdoll.
Alright, so you wanted a video, and you made me videos, so... And he said please, so... I'll make you this video, even though I'm not gonna, like, do anything. Because my room's kinda dirty, and... Yeah, I don't want to show you my dirty room. But this video is for Emma, because you just told me to say your name. So... I don't know. I'll make you another video once clean, I promise.
You better read that tip,
Unless
boy.
you just want to like see my wall, because that's not dirty, but behind me is dirty, so that's not good. Alright, this video is for you, Emma. The ragdoll, amazing ragdoll, and I really don't know what to do for you on video. So I guess I'll like show you my room a little bit, if that's what you want to see. First.
Breckeen I'll make it pop up again. Breckeen tipped us, said, I love you, Shabisky. I'm very gay and will divorce me wife if you want to date. Alright,
That's not even a marriage proposal. He just wants to date you. He's just like, I'd go for it.
Then Timmy just tipped actually while I was playing that. Let's see, it's about to pop up here.
Hi, I'm Shabisky and I gargle cum.
Chug a doobie and watch this.
Wow.
Thank you, Timmy. Is that even
Preview that sucker and see if it's acceptable viewing.
Yeah, I'll look at. Well,
is Timmy a trusted source, or do we not trust Timmy?
Yeah, who is that guy? Thank you, Timmy. I appreciate you, big balls. Yeah, let's keep it up on the goal. And is that an EWU video, Timmy?
Stuff. We got my
Let's
door.
continue this.
And then
yeah, please help me with the goal, guys. We're 15%. Let's get to 25 next. We're doing great.
we got my addiction for energy drinks.
Yeah,
and then we
bro.
got my small underground CD collection.
Nigga, I
going
like
on
this,
right here.
these CDs.
And then
my
I got my
MySpace,
wall
bro.
of awesomeness that I call it. Lots of posters and flyers and a Hatchet Man showing them and random stuff. A hatchet. Oh no, the battery's dying. No.
Emma lived in Farmville, Virginia, with her mother, Dr. Deborah Sue Kelly, and her father, Reverend Mark Allen Niederbrock. Since middle school, she had been homeschooled and was described as a sweet and well-rounded girl. As she got a little older, Emma developed a rebellious streak and began listening to horrorcore music.
No!
To fit her new aesthetic, Emma eventually dyed her hair a vibrant pink and began to wear heavy black eye makeup. Her parents hoped that her new interest was just a phase, but they couldn't have been more wrong. Emma's father, Mark Niederbrock, was a reverend and head of Walker's Presbyterian Church in Hicksburg. Her mother, Deborah Kelly, was a sociology and criminology professor at Longwood University and a beloved mentor to her students. When her parents separated, Mark moved out of the family home, leaving Emma and Deborah to live there together. Still, the parents maintained an amicable relationship. However, at this point, Deborah has started to become concerned about Emma's interest in horrorcore, and so all three family members went to counseling. Emma also met one of her best friends, 18-year-old Melanie Wells, online through the popular horrorcore artist Razakel. In the horrorcore community, the artists and fans often grew close and frequently communicated online. Razakel had befriended both girls separately while chatting over MySpace. She bonded with Emma not only because of their mutual love for horrorcore, but also because they could relate on a deeper level. Both enjoyed photography, makeup, and doing hair, and they both had fathers who were Presbyterian ministers. When Razakel learned that Melanie and Emma actually lived near each other, she decided to introduce them. Melanie used the online handle Mrs. Free Abortions, posted photos of herself in cemeteries, and listed her interests as cigarettes, alcohol, lust, restorative arts, blood and gore, and open graves. As soon as she met Emma, the girls became inseparable. Emma, Melanie, and Richard were brought together through this expansive online community, and unbeknownst to the
These people seem a lot like me. I think we'd be able to get along. People are neat.
girls.
Yeah, they
their
seem
fate
like
was
the
sealed.
fucking like the life of the party.
Yeah, like I like open. Oh, my game download. I'm downloading all these games. Oh. Whatever. Hold on, I need to hit
We defiled the grave, and then lightning struck seconds ago. I think we're being warned. And now it's starting to rain. It's because of me. Fucked up the grave. It's not my fault. And now it's starting to rain really hard. So peace.
Before long, the relationship between Emma and Richard turned somewhat romantic. However, while Richard referred to Emma as his online girlfriend, Emma may not have been as serious about him. Razakel says that Emma never referred to Richard as her boyfriend, but said they were close and getting closer. Still, they exchanged flirty messages back and forth for around a year before making plans to meet in person. The three teenagers hatched a plan to attend a horrorcore music festival in Southgate, Michigan, called Strictly for the Wicked, but they would need some help. Emma's parents weren't exactly thrilled with their daughter's music choices, and they grew more upset when Emma started writing ominous messages on her bedroom walls. However, all they wanted was for their daughter to be safe and happy, so they chose to be supportive even if they didn't understand it. They agreed they were thrilled with their daughter's music choices, and they grew more upset when Emma started writing ominous
Killed the fetus. Fuck you, Jesus. I'd rather be dead because your faith is meaningless. Yeah.
Oh wow! That's a hit record right there.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah. Christianity's not real, so I'd rather not be alive. I can use my mom's credit, Mikey, or to tip you 1,000. Shut up! Shut up! You should only tip, or you're allowed to tip boy, but yeah, let's get further on the goal. This is all crazy.
Messages on her bedroom walls. However, all they wanted was for their daughter to be safe and happy, so they chose to be supportive even if they didn't understand it. They agreed that she should attend the music festival, but only if everyone stayed at their home in Farmville, and that they would drive the trio to and from the music festival. Emma and Richard were ecstatic to meet for the first time in real life. For Richard, he was looking forward to something good finally happening to him. His own family unit had broken apart 5 months earlier when his father asked his mother to move out of their home. If this was weighing on him, he seemed to put it out of his mind by focusing on seeing Emma. On September 7th, Emma wrote on his MySpace page about her own excitement, saying, "The next time you check your MySpace, you'll be at my house. I love you so, so much, baby, forever and always. You are my one and only everything. I can't wait to see you, baby. It's like 6:17 a.m., and I've been up since 4-ish.
Mommy said I could. All right, then do $1,000.
Filled with uber amounts of excitement. I can't wait. I leave to pick you up in 5 hours. God, my insides feel all squishy." Several days before the concert on September 7th or 8th, Richard arrived in Farmville. He'd flown all the way from California just to finally meet Emma. But as we all know, things aren't always as they appear online. Emma was immediately put off by Richard's shyness and physical appearance. Even before the concert, there may have been cracks forming between the once loved-up couple. But still, on September 12th, 2009, they all went to the show as they'd planned. The drive was no small feat, about 10 hours.
That really shows the age of this whole thing, the whole MySpace thing and George Bush. You know? Yeah, you know what I'm saying, boy. Boy. Red-eyed boy.
I said, boy.
You better not be a little retard, boy, I tell ye.
Now, I'm pretty tall, but I'm still retarded.
Better not be a little retard, boy, it's true. Let's get back to the cool guy story, and I'll check out your story, whatever you send here soon, Timmy. Let's just keep covering. I will do it in $1 increments over the course of several years. All right, let's do it.
That counts.
That counts.
Which shows just how committed Emma's parents were to keep their 16-year-old daughter safe, or at least try to. As well, Mark and Deborah had been separated for about a year at this point, further proving their dedication to protect Emma. While on the way there, Emma posted about the trip saying, "Talk about a long-ass drive sharing the car with a preacher. It's gonna suck, but no doubt is it worth it." It isn't known for sure what exactly happened between Emma and Richard, but some sources claim she began flirting with other boys while at the festival, and there's even a rumor that she went out of her way just to avoid him during the concert. Richard's sister later said she was told by his friends that the two even had a falling out that night. Another rumor is that they had a fight because Emma received a flirty text from another guy at the show. Given what was going to come, something unpleasant must have happened between Emma and Richard. It seems like Richard may have been under the impression, or at least wanted to believe, that he and Emma were exclusively together, so naturally Richard was feeling rejected, betrayed, and even a little angry. Even so, they all returned to Farmville the next day after the concert, and things seemed to be all right. Seemed to be is the key here. Both girls logged into their MySpace accounts once they returned to the Niederbrock house. At 2:43 a.m. on Monday, September 14th, Melanie posted online that she would be home on September 16th. She even wrote about missing people at home, but she would never make it back. Her parents became worried when that date came with no word from the young woman. Her father drove to the home in Farmville where he knew she was staying, but no one answered the door after hours of waiting. The distraught parents made countless attempts to track.
Their whole Farmville thing is really throwing me off, because that's like the Facebook thing where you own a farm and friends can come over and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's called Farmville. Or it's some sort of farming video game. I don't know.
And then they bludgeon everybody.
Yeah.
down Melanie over the next 2 days, calling her phone, Emma's phone, and even Razakel, who hadn't seen them since they left the concert. But then they managed to get through to Richard on the phone at least 2 times. Something was off. Yet when they spoke with him, he gave them a different story every time regarding the girl's whereabouts. They called the Farmville police and requested a welfare check, but officers didn't find anything suspicious. Well, at first. That same day, Melanie's mother, Kathleen, also reached out to Mark Niederbrock and asked if he could go check out the house. He agreed, and Kathleen was relieved that she would finally have answers soon. But her relief was short-lived. Hours passed, and there was still no call from Mark.
Well, yeah. This is Farmville Police Department. Okay, did you just speak with somebody at the residence?
Yes, I just spoke with, the daughter's boyfriend.
Okay, well, I don't know. My sergeant went over there, and he said that it was a young kid, a boy, and that Melanie and the girl she's staying with are at the movies now. Yesterday they went to Richmond. Vehicle had broken down, and the cell phone's dead, and that kind of thing. So is that what he talked to you about?
What he told me, yeah, and like I said, but I don't know where the mother is. I don't know where, she's usually the one that, I guess, drives them around, and she's just disappeared. I haven't spoken to her at all. The father I talked to earlier on today,
right.
He said that he was on his way, as a matter of fact, he was on the road when I was talking to him. He was going through Farmville, he was supposed to stop at the house. I haven't heard from him since.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm at this point, I don't know. I don't know what to think at all.
Okay.
And him being at the movies, I just tried to call. He said that Emma tried to call, or just called him from the movies. And I tried to call the phone that he said she called from. There's no answer. It goes right into it.
Okay.
Later that night, when she still hadn't heard back, Kathleen called the police again. They arrived at the Farmville house and were greeted by Richard at the front door, who explained that the girls had left to see a movie. The officers left without looking inside the home, but naturally, Kathleen wasn't satisfied with the answer Richard had given. She called the home and once again spoke with him, but this time, instead of giving excuses, he simply stated that the girls couldn't answer the phone.
This is what doesn't make sense. My daughter was called.
Right.
So I just don't know what to think. What scared me earlier, she was saying, there was noises in the basement coming from, in the house. And, I don't know.
All right, if you don't hear anything from her, then just call us back, and I'll send an officer back over there.
Okay. Yeah, it just, like I said, none of this makes, any sense at all. I've heard that, they were supposed to be home by 9 this evening, and then 10, and then, so I don't know.
All right, well, just try, wait and see if Melanie calls you in the next hour, and if not, call us back.
Yeah, I will. Thank you so much for your help.
Okay, you're welcome as well. All right, bye-bye.
Kathleen insisted that Richard call the police himself because something...
So I just got a game gifted to me on Steam. Okay, I got 2 games gifted to me. DOS's gift... You would be mind blown to see the amount of games DOS gifted me just today, okay? You want to know? He literally gifted me probably 30 games today.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Some of them are just these like random ones. He got like a bunch of keys and stuff, and now he just gifted me Escape from Boy Kisser. Boy Kisser. What the fuck? And then Bonk the Boy Kisser. Bonk the Boy Kisser is a first-person survival-like game where you fend off the endlessly advancing boy kissers. Gain experience level. Skabibi, we need to make progress on the goal. Okay, you shut up. And yeah, at some point, Blade and Sorcery. I'm sure that'll be a good game to play. But thank you, DOS. I appreciate you, big balls. Yeah, my Steam list is getting like gigantic. It was already kind of big from the years of having Steam, but recently Toss is like probably quadrupled the amount of games I had before or something. So, alright. Thank you, Doss. Let's continue the story.
Things seemed very wrong, and surprisingly, he did. Richard called 911. However, instead of revealing anything about the girls, he complained about a strange sound coming from the basement of the home.
Phone 911.
Hey, can I have a police unit come by my house? Because I keep hearing sounds in the basement, and I'm scared to go down there and check what it is.
Okay, what kind of sounds do you hear?
Like just noises, like something moving around down there. I think it's the dogs, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
We have 2 dogs, but one of them is upstairs. I just put him up there, and the other one might be down there, but I'm not sure if it's the dog or not.
Okay, and it's in the basement. What's your name?
Sam.
Sam?
But this isn't my house. I'm staying at my girlfriend's house.
Okay. All right, we'll get somebody to come up there, okay?
Thank you very much. Bye.
Police showed up once again and did a quick search of the basement, but found nothing and left. Authorities later defended their choice to leave the Niederbrock home without seeing Melanie, Emma, or either of her parents during the welfare checks because they thought Richard had reasonably answered all of their questions. Yet around that same day when neighbors walked by the home, they noted that even from the street, something smelled dead nearby, which they attributed to an animal. It's both surprising and troubling that the police did so little to investigate this situation after receiving multiple phone calls about minors not being heard from in days and alleged noises in the basement. The law gives police officers the authority to act in whatever manner they deem necessary when performing welfare checks, including investigating unexpected criminal activity. The police certainly had the ability legally to do much more than they did. It seems highly unlikely that they wouldn't notice an odor that was commented on by people much further from the scene. It also seems impossible to believe that once they were inside the home, there was no evidence of a crime when 4 people had been murdered in such a violent and gruesome manner. The families of the deceased could try to sue the officers for their failure to do more to investigate. However, it's an uphill battle to do so. State laws provide police officers with protections from civil lawsuits and criminal charges. These protections are not simply defenses that the officers may raise after they're charged or sued. They effectively prevent a criminal charge or civil lawsuit from even going forward. The police have what is called qualified immunity. Qualified immunity means that police officers are protected from being sued as long as they're acting within the guidelines of their job and not acting negligently or unreasonably. This gives police officers room to do their job without the fear of lawsuits interfering. In this particular case, it could be reasonably argued that the police did in fact act negligently by not thoroughly searching the home for the missing minors, or because they missed the wretched odor emanating from the Farmville home that was noticed by neighbors. At some point on the 17th, Richard made a call home. His sister said he was checking to see if his family was okay, and he ended the message with, "I love you guys." Hearing this, his sister knew something was off. They didn't say "I love you" to each other. However, because she knew her brother was someone who wouldn't kill a spider if she asked him to, she couldn't have imagined just how horribly wrong things had gone in Farmville. It's possible that Richard wasn't a very assertive individual. Maybe he was highly sensitive and fragile in many ways, unable to kill a spider. He may have, at one point in his life, been a rather weak person. The fact that Richard was teased and harassed in high school means that he could have developed some trauma during his adolescent years. However, teens who were bullied and subsequently traumatized typically don't grow up to become murderers. Richard appears to have had an immense amount of underlying anger and hatred that was never expressed in a healthy way. When a person remains passive against bullying or abuse, they will harbor a lot of self-hatred, and of course, hatred of others. The self-hatred develops because the person is not standing up for themselves and protecting themselves from the abuse. Helplessness and powerlessness then develop as a result. In Richard's situation, he likely felt helpless and powerless for so long after being bullied. He may have developed a mental image of himself as this tough individual that others should fear. This pretend image he developed made him feel bigger, stronger, and more powerful. This self-image likely gave him a sort of high, so he really embodied that image more and more with time. Once Richard felt betrayed by Emma, his online girlfriend, this betrayal triggered that underlying anger and hatred of others. almost like that inner angry and violent nature remained dormant until he felt betrayed by his romantic interest. He stepped into and acted on that tough, powerful image that was really only in his mind for years, but to him it was real. To Richard, he was that strong, powerful person. It took a trigger, romantic rejection, to lead him to act on those feelings of hatred and desire for violence that he harbored for so long. Kathleen continued to call the police for help finding Melanie.
Yes, I don't know who I need to talk to, or
What's up?
My daughter is with a family in Farmville, Virginia, and she's been basically missing for the past 2.5 days. I can't get a hold of her. Her cell phone's turned off. What's worse is the girl that she was staying with, nobody knows where she is. Her cell phone is turned off. This daughter's boyfriend is staying there, and I've talked to him several times today, and I've gotten different stories. But my husband went down. He was supposed to pick up my daughter yesterday. And he went down there. He arrived at about 11 o'clock in the morning. He sat there for 8 hours outside the house. Nobody showed up. Nobody answered the door. And, I mean, we're about 4 hours away here, and I don't know what else to do.
Okay, is your husband still here in Farmville?
No, he's home. He came home.
Oh, okay.
He was going to head back down there tomorrow to pick her up, but everybody seems disappeared off the face of the earth, and I just don't know what to think. I checked the cell phone records with my cell phone company. The last time she used her cell phone, 1:28 in the morning on September 15th. And actually, she wasn't using, somebody called in and left her a voicemail.
That's a huge red flag. Teenagers not using their fucking phone. Huge red flag. Huge, massive. Social media and mobile phone usage is 180 trillion% on most kids. For them to just drop off the face of the planet is a huge red flag. Like, the cops should have probably been looking at this a little earlier, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
The police returned the following day, September 18th. But this time, they were stopped dead in their tracks by a horrific odor emanating from behind the closed front door. Knowing that sinister smell all too well, officers swiftly entered the home and stumbled upon what they later described as a slaughterhouse. 3 bloody bodies were found brutally murdered in a downstairs bedroom, with a 4th body uncovered later in an upstairs bedroom. The unrecognizable victims were identified as Mark Niederbrock, Deborah Kelly, Emma Niederbrock, and Melanie Wells. Melanie, Emma, and Deborah had been mercilessly bludgeoned to death in their beds as they slept. Several weapons were discovered at the crime scene, but experts believe the injuries were specifically from a wooden splitting maul taken from the family's own backyard. When Mark had shown up to check on the girls, he had been attacked from behind with the same instrument. Because there was no evidence that Mark had tried to fight back, it looked as though he'd been ambushed as he entered the house. The father had been beaten so viciously that the hardwood floor under him was nearly destroyed and soaked with blood. None of the 4 victims had any defensive wounds, and all had died from blunt force trauma to the head. Both Mark and Melanie's bodies had been moved down to Emma's room with her corpse in a twisted effort to clean up. Authorities were horrified at the chilling crime scene, but more than that, they were faced with the realization that during their previous visits to the home, they had unknowingly missed the gory evidence. But something was missing. There was no sign of Richard anywhere. Earlier that same day at around 4 in the morning, Richard had stolen and crashed Mark's car. Unaware of the horrors he had committed at that time, or that the car he crashed was his getaway vehicle, a police officer issued him a summons for driving without a license. The officer even went as far as to help secure him a ride with the tow truck and simply let him go. Richard was dropped off at a convenience store around 6 a.m. by the tow truck driver, who reported that Richard had an overwhelmingly foul, putrid odor. The smell was so strong he even noticed it inside the crashed vehicle. He said Richard stunk like the devil, and he was forced to roll down the car windows and stick his head outside. The fresh air didn't help much because he still heaved visibly twice. Yet Richard didn't seem to mind the foul smell. During their trip, the driver also noticed that Richard had red marks on his neck that looked like hickeys. When he commented on them, Richard claimed that his girlfriend gave them to him. In fact, he was so comfortable with the driver that he admitted the 2000 Honda he just wrecked belonged to the father of his girlfriend. Once at the convenience store, Richard then called for a cab to take him to Richmond International Airport. In a strange turn of events, on their way to the airport, the taxi was pulled over by a police officer for speeding. Apparently unconcerned, Richard had simply calmly exited the vehicle and had a smoke by the side of the road while the incident was sorted, as though he didn't have a care in the world, even after 2 very close calls with police officers. Little did anyone know the true horror he had left in his wake. Just hours after the grisly crime scene had been discovered, a man named Andres Shrim called the police. Shrim was the boyfriend of the horrorcore rapper Razakel. He went by the stage name Sectanic the Soulless, and his record label was called Serial Killin' Records. In his call to the police, Shrim said that one of Richard's friends had spoken to him recently and said that Richard was noticeably upset and that he had made some disturbing comments, including that he had killed someone, maybe even a couple of people. The police were now certain that Richard was the perpetrator in the 4 horrific murders. They circulated a photo of him from his MySpace account in an attempt to track him down. It wasn't long before officers found Richard sleeping in the baggage claim area on September 19th and arrested him before he could hop a flight back to California. The cold killer had actually left behind a piece of paper at the crime scene containing the exact address of the airport. His grand escape plan had been to wait in the airport for a flight in 2 days. At some point, he must have panicked because he attempted to buy a ticket for an earlier plane, but it was too expensive, so all he could do was wait, which is exactly how police found him.
What a dork. Going to prison, boy. Boy, you stink like shit, boy.
We advised you of your Miranda rights. You said you understood your rights and you signed the form saying you were willing to talk to us, and you still willing to talk to us?
Yes, but I would like to have somebody here too, like a lawyer.
Okay, that is your option. So are you invoking your right to remain silent?
Yes.
After he was arrested, it was noted that his clothing was totally caked in gore, as he hadn't changed or bathed since committing his atrocious crimes. Many pointed out after the news broke of Richard's arrest that, ironically, one of his songs was titled, "I Kill People for Real." It appears that sometimes life really does imitate art. But after his arrest, many were left with more questions than answers. While Richard claimed to have chosen the 8-pound maul as the murder weapon because he thought nobody would suffer, he also allegedly drank beer, smoked marijuana, and might have taken painkillers for migraine.
Once again, proof that marijuana ruins lives.
Headache.
I bet these 4 people would still be alive right now if it wasn't for that dirty, stinky marijuana.
Why did God make marijuana?
Why did God invent rape? I don't know. God's evil.
Why did God invent that tool?
I don't know.
That ended the lives of this family and the weed. It's just like, what is going on?
God's the worst. He's like Hitler times 10.
Before the killings, it's hard to know if he planned what he did next, or if it was the result of his rage because of his and Emma's faltering romance, or even if the cocktail of substances pushed him over the edge. Rather than go to trial and risk the death penalty, Richard accepted a plea deal, and almost 1 year later, he pleaded guilty to 2 counts of capital murder and 2 counts of first-degree murder. His defense attorney tried to claim that Richard expressed remorse and that he said he felt bad for what he had done. Yet as he left court, he gave onlookers a sinister, slight smirk, further proving his wickedness. Richard Samuel McCroskey III was given 4 consecutive life sentences, and as part of the plea bargain, he waived his right to an appeal. Since the case never went to trial, a clear motive in the savage murders has never been released. When asked why he had done it by reporters as he was brought back to Farmville, Richard had simply responded,
How did you do it?
Jesus told me to do it.
His sister later denied that his response was a sign of psychosis. Instead, she said that this was just his sense of humor and that he was being sarcastic. Several theories exist surrounding a possible motive for the barbaric attacks. The most popular is that Richard was either jealous of the attention Emma was giving other young men, or angry because she rejected him. If this is the case, Melanie and both of Emma's parents had tragically just been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Richard's attack on Emma's parents and her friend Melanie could have been purely due to the fact that they were present in the home, and therefore would be witnesses to what he wanted to do to Emma. It's also possible that he felt humiliated by Melanie too, and maybe by Emma's mother. When Emma decided that she wasn't interested in Richard romantically, maybe he got the cold shoulder from Emma, her mom, and Melanie. Emma's father, on the other hand, may have just literally been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Richard may have crossed a threshold when he succeeded at committing his first 3 murders, so killing one other person, Emma's father, was easier for him. This further supports Richard being a total psychopath, because if, let's say, the murders would have been an impulsive move that occurred because of his anger and obsession with Emma, a crime of passion, and because he was intoxicated, any half-normal person would be devastated and likely wouldn't have killed another person, a 4th person. However, in Richard's case, he didn't mind adding to his murder tally, even after having days to reflect on what he did, and even after spending days in the presence of those lives he ended. I believe this really shows the depths of his psychopathy. Richard could have very likely just have been a ticking time bomb. It's possible that anyone that really triggered his anger and past traumas would have been the victims of murder at his hands. In this case, it was Emma, her parents, and her friend Melanie. Maybe it was only a matter of time, and for the right circumstances to be...
Fucking DOS just gifted me Farming Simulator 15. So silly, DOS. So silly.
Present for Richard to finally fully embody that persona of a strong,
That's what I should play after this Farming Simulator, boy.
However, Richard reportedly told the cab driver who brought him to the airport that he'd gotten into an argument with Emma after overseeing a text message she received from a guy she met at the festival, saying he loved her and wanted to be with her. This is similar to the rumor about her texting another guy while at the concert. Richard told the cab driver that Emma had become angry with him for invading her privacy, but he claimed that to avoid arguing with her, he waited for her to fall asleep before he left. The cab driver noted that Richard seemed like a nice young man. He was very polite and well-spoken, and he spoke passionately about Emma. Of course, he'd already killed Emma at this point, at least 2 days earlier. The report by the cab driver reveals some important details about how people with antisocial personality disorder tend to present themselves. They can certainly be very polite and well-spoken. It's not surprising that the cab driver's initial impression of Richard was that he seemed like a nice young man. This is likely what happened with Emma. Richard was probably very charismatic during their online interactions. However, once she really interacted with him more closely, she probably realized the unappealing antisocial traits and didn't want to have anything to do with him.
Ew, he's a
leading to her
ginger.
rejection of Richard, which then triggered his anger. It makes sense that Richard would speak about his passion.
Yeah, he probably took a picture with like a hat on or with the right angle, or you couldn't tell that it's...
Just put a filter on. Just went, yeah.
Something like that, and then she finally met him, and it's like, wow, he's a soulless ginger? Hell
Exactly.
no, boy, I'm going back to Shabisky.
He fooled her by just using black and white emo-like photos, because, you know, that's what those kids do, apparently. Their life is so colourless.
Yeah,
it's just
For
all their
Emma to the cab
photography is
driver.
in black and white.
Yeah, boy.
Despite having killed Emma 2 days earlier, sociopaths who commit murders will often refer to their victims in an affectionate way after having killed them. People with APD take possession over people and things quite frequently due to their sense of entitlement and lack of empathy or consideration for the needs and rights of others. Therefore, the fact that Richard murdered Emma could have been at least partly due to feeling that if he can't have her, no one else can. Or he may have believed that Emma could not exist if she doesn't belong to him. He wanted to get back at Emma for rejecting him. Very little evidence has ever been publicly revealed about what happened during the several days that Richard was alone in the home with 4 rotting corpses. He didn't move the bodies into Emma's room until after the first time the police showed up at the house for a welfare check, meaning he was living in the home while surrounded by bloody bodies. The self-recorded videos are some of the only pieces of evidence we have that tell us about Richard's state of mind during this time. What we do know is that he took the time to film himself as he contemplated taking his own life.
Alright, I'm making this video because it's in my final minutes of being alive, and to anybody that finds this, I want you to tell my parents I love them deeply, and I'm very sorry for doing this. To my brother, Sinister, aka Eric, and Emily, I love you guys deeply, and I'm sorry for going this route. I know I said I'd turn myself in, but I'm not gonna do that. I can't do that. I can't pay those consequences, so I gotta do what I gotta do, which is gonna be over there, if you can see that. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, because I'm sure you guys know what I'm gonna do. I'm really sorry, but it came to this. But I'm gonna get going and do what I gotta do. I'm gonna pay my consequences. So my last words before I go: fuck you to the world. Fuck everybody in it. I can't stand this place. Fuck your.
But you just said you love your family. They're part of. They're in the. They're in the world. I don't think this guy understands what words mean.
And no,
Clearly
I'm not a
not.
nut writer.
Love you, mom and dad, and all my friends. You're my greatest. You're the greatest. I love you so much. You mean so much to me. By the way, fuck everybody that ever existed. Yeah.
You're all poopy heads.
Yeah.
SKR. Wicked Intent. For life. Peace.
Many were quick to blame the horrorcore genre for the mass murder because of the way the music seems to glorify murder.
No, it was the weed.
But supporters argue that the music
Yeah,
is
what
merely
the fuck? The music had nothing to do with it. It was a nasty, dirty, stinky marijuana.
a dark fantasy, and only those suffering from mental health issues would carry out such a heinous act. But regardless of his musical preferences, this was a rage-fueled attack against a teacher, pastor, daughter, and friend at the hands of absolute evil. The Farmville community will forever remember and mourn the losses of those four innocent.
Boom, boy. Alright, here's your deal, guys. Can we get to 30% on the goal up there to keep this stream going? Is this possible? In this crazy world? Yeah? Whoa. Yep, it was weed and Jimi Hendrix. It's true.
Absolutely. And they should have a deathcore festival memorial in that town every year for those poor people, especially the priest and the wife. I think they'd really appreciate that.
Damn, boy. Boy. So can we keep this goal up here? Doing well here. We're 18% on the goal.
You should do a threat timer. So, you know, we use psychology and the fear of missing out.
Whoa. Crazy if I did. I have to. I don't know. Man, I feel like we could do 12% more on the goal.
One would hope so. There's so many more uplifting stories to be told and to uplift our spirits. Whoa. Did you see what he just wrote in the chat?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ban Arnie.
Holy dick in the butt.
Far. He's going too
Holy
far.
Holy dick in your mum's butt.
My game Anime Armpits just finished downloading.
What?
Yeah. That's one of the games that DOS got me. Anime Armpits. And it got me furry armpits, too. Are you proud of? Are you jealous?
I am really, really, really jealous. Like, I'm just my Steam library is so boring. It's like this. I haven't got cool guy games like you do.
Let me name them off for you. I got anime armpits, anime feet, anime feet 2. I have.
You got part 2?
Yeah.
No
yeah,
way.
Yeah. I got chicken feet.
Yeah, no.
I have.
Hi, I'm Shabisky and I gargle cum.
Play another biscuit.
Play another biscuit. Thank you, Kat. Thank you. I'm just trying to get to 30% on the goal. That means just $7 more to make it happen. Thank you so much, Kat. Oh, okay. So here so I have furry armpits, furry feet 2, furry sniper plus aim trainer. Hold on, there was another one here that I don't know the name of. Oh, I see it. This it? Oh, then I have Pale 3D Feet Poses Pro. I have all these random. Yeah, he's gifted me so much random crap like that. Dude, DOS, help me out with the goal. We could do better than 23% on the goal, boy. We can do this, boy. The real question is who is making these games? I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me if my friend Alexis was somehow responsible for all of these games.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it, boy. He
That
also
was that darn tranny from when we used to do Pimp Show.
Yeah. That I also got freaking, I don't know if you saw it yesterday. I was playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah. DOS gifted me that and then tipped me and asked me to play. So I played it. Oh my god. What was the other one? Oh, he fucking bought me Thomas the Tank. He bought me all this random shit like that. It's so funny. Where is it? Oh, I'm trying to look for. Oh my god, he just gifted me something else while we're talking. Oh my god, he's so silly, dude. He gifted me Undertale. That I know I've heard of. I feel like it's kind of like a 2D Minecraft or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just saw that IL2 Korea, which is
Yeah.
that's fun out in 9 hours, so that's my neck, you know.
Thank you, DOS. What's coming out in 9 hours?
A game called IL2 Korea. It's like a flight sim. I used to play IL2 Sturmovik years ago. It's like a World War II plane sim. It was really good fun. And this one's set in Korea, so you get to fly F-86 Sabres and MiG-15s and shit like that.
Interesting. Can you crash them?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so everyone that's here, we just need $7 more in on the Streamlabs goal up there to keep this stream going. Can we do that? Let's get a tip train coming through. Even if you just throw a couple bucks at the goal, it all adds up. You know what I am saying?
Let's go. Tip train.
Tip train, bro. All right, so yeah, we're 5 minutes away. Are we gonna be able to accomplish this?
I hope so.
Wow.
If we don't, I'm just going to lie on the couch all night staring at the ceiling and just crying.
Damn, boy. It's crazy, boy.
I don't think people are going to let that happen. Surely they're going to save me from a night of absolute misery, just looking at the roof, sobbing.
But yeah, he gifted me Thomas the Train Engine shit, whatever.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
You crazy boy. You crazy, Arnie. Send money immediately, right now. Right now.
Get to the chopper. Well, I've just been notified that there's a hot meal waiting for me upstairs, so I'm going to run upstairs really quickly and grab it. I'll be back in about 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, boy.
Better not end the stream before I get back, boy.
Boy. Better not be a little retard, boy, I tell ye. Crikey, mate. Yeah, I mean, if we don't continue high crimes, then I guess I'll move over and do a gaming stream. A gaming. Are we really not able to accomplish this? Here, I'm gonna drink a beer in the name of Cat there. Thank you again, Cat, for helping us with progress here. Damn, Toby boy. Play Gay World? Yeah, we can maybe do that. I mean, got a lot of new games, though. I don't know, maybe I should try some of them. Oh, yeah, Timmy did send something. I forgot. I forgot about that. But is it even Ewu? I think he's not even sending Ewu videos.
Do we hit that goal? What's going on? What's happening?
We haven't yet, but I kind of forgot about the link that sent me. Although, let me see. It's not by Ewu. I don't know, Timmy. Oh no, boy. Come on, guys. All we need is $7 more. We can obviously do this. Here, I guess because of the Timmy thing, I said I'd play it. Well,
yeah, let's watch the Timmy thing.
Well, I'm not gonna play. Nah, I don't want to watch his thing. I want to play another video instead. I don't know what's the. Hold on, let me see. What's this story about? What's unsolved cases? Yeah, I don't know if I can. I mean, I guess maybe I don't know. I just know that.
No gaming for you, boy.
Cat, thank you, Cat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, if we could keep it up on the goal, that'd be really, really awesome, guys. Oh gosh, Das, what did you send me now? Let's see. Wait, that's not the right thing. What am I doing? Let's see. Well, let me see what they just gifted me. Oh my god. They gifted me like some furry game. It's called Lagoon Lounge, The Poisonous Fountain. This is a visual novel containing furry characters and homosexual themes. You take on the role of a furry who has moved to a seaside village and becomes involved in the lives of the residents. I'm already excited. I'm going to play Lagoon Lounge soon. Oh, whoops, I forgot to accept the gift. My library is getting crazy here. It's getting crazier by the minute. Thank you, DOS. Thank you, Big Balls. Alright, so let's keep this going. Let's see. I think I need to reopen this. Kat, I don't know if you want to pick what we cover next. We can cover maybe a decently long one again. These, I mean, like, I don't know. And Timmy, I guess you can, tell me as well what you think. I don't know. Oh my god, Tosh, you're so silly. He's just gifting me games over and over again. This guy, he's crazy. Let me see. What did he gift me now? Where is it? Okay. Here, he gifted me Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with trying out the Lego games. That's for sure. He's gifted me. I have like 4 Lego games that he's gifted me that I haven't even tried yet. But I don't know. Have you ever played a Lego game before, Red Eye? So I played it as a kid. I don't know if I have since. Yeah, I remember there was also a racing game I got as a kid that was Lego. I remember right. But yeah, you're a dork. You never got Lego games. What the heck?
No, I actually had Lego.
I had Legos too. I just messed around with it and stuff. Nothing special. Make the Aussie guy pick. Well, that's I don't know. Where do you want it, Skinner? Are you Cat? I don't know if that's supposed to be Cat or not. I'm not sure. I don't know nothing. This seems like a little bit of an interesting title. Horror actress films her killing. Are you Cat? Okay, I'll take your word for it. All right. Red Eye, you pick, boy.
Have we watched the Most Twisted Cases one that was back there? That just sounds like it's right up our alley. Most Twisted one with the car on air. What's that one?
Never heard. Episode 15. This doesn't seem like one we've covered. All right, let's do it. That it? That one?
Hell yeah, Twisted.
Right,
Let's do it.
Yeah, that should be interesting. All right, so again, thank you to everybody that's helped with the goal. Oh, maybe soon we can get halfway. Regardless, thank you guys. Let's do it. So the most titty twister. No, I'm kidding. The most twisted cases you've ever heard. All right.
He had a castration done that was live streamed. He is under a threat that if he reports what really happened, then he will be killed.
The following cases include footage,
We're off to a
photos,
good
and
start.
audio that have never been seen or heard before. When a 28-year-old shows up at an Oklahoma hospital with a gruesome injury and a terrifying story to match, investigators are led to an isolated cabin in the woods. The traumatized victim tried to warn them of the horrors waiting there, but authorities were still wildly unprepared for the shocking and repulsive horrors they uncovered. On October 14, 2020, an unidentified person from Virginia arrived at McAllister Regional Hospital in Oklahoma in terrible shape with a blood-soaked groin. While he initially tried to tell the hospital staff that he had somehow performed surgery on himself, doctors weren't buying the lie. So after a bit of coaxing...
Dude, Doss, thank you. I'm sorry. He gifted me Cuphead. Don't deal with the devil. Have you ever played
that's
Cuphead?
pretty good. Yeah, Cuphead's supposed to be pretty good.
Oh, but you've never played it before? You know what
No,
it
I
is.
I have watched people play it.
Yeah.
And it looks, pretty good.
Yeah,
game, apparently.
I've never played it either. I guess I'm going to be. And yeah, it looks like a good game. I like the it's been a while since I've seen anything with it, but like it has like kind of an old style to it, like old cartoony style. That's cool. Thank you, Doss. I appreciate you, big balls.
The victim explained that 2 men had surgically removed his testicles as
Maybe I
part of
should
an
play that
illegal
too.
castration, in which he was a willing participant. Yes, you heard me right. This was not an involuntary procedure. However, as you'll soon learn, this person, who hasn't been publicly named, fell prey to some of the most unorthodox criminals on the face of the earth. The patient stated that he'd searched the internet for an unregulated castration, and that's how he met 53-year-old Bob Lee Allen. Bob agreed to perform the surgery, but apparently things took a turn when he allegedly made unsettling comments about being a cannibal and threatened to kill the victim and his loved ones if he ever told the police.
And then we are going to beat the meat.
Naturally, after hearing these disturbing details, doctors
I don't see any problem with beating the meat. I beat the meat all the time.
and nurses immediately
Yeah,
contacted
I don't
911.
brag, but
I'm beating the meat right now.
Well, there's a reason I never have my camera on when I stream.
Oh,
Yeah.
they do all sorts of stuff when you guys aren't looking.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
or
why I just
when
keep
you guys
the camera
are
on.
looking, I should say.
Here. He
Well,
is
the camera
under
goes,
threat
the
that if he
table goes up
reports what
sometimes to
really
make a bit of
happened,
room,
then he
doesn't
will
it?
be killed.
Yeah, baby boy. Yeah, that's how
So
my desk
basically,
lifts
for
up.
free, he had a castration done that was live streamed.
Doss just gifted me Pragmata. I don't know if anybody recognizes that name. I've never heard it.
Is that the game where you got to take care of the little android and it proves that?
There's some robot and a little girl or something.
Yeah, it's a really good game. Apparently, there's big hoopla around it because it was so fucking good.
Dude, he has just been going crazy. Hold on, he gifted me another one. He gifted me Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered. Dude. Thank you, Dawes. He's just going crazy. Like, literally just today, he's gifted me like 35 games. It's just out of this world.
Hey, I know where we're going wrong too with why we're not getting the numbers we should be. We're not doing live stream castrations. Like, look, it's on the stream there. We're being told what to do.
Yeah, it's right in front of our faces. You know, and I'm a cannibal too, so it goes along with like who I am personally.
So we'll castrate for free, and then we'll have a cooking show afterwards. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, baby boo, you get it.
Wow.
And thank you, Doss, because actually, like, the Spider-Man seems like a cool game to play. Like when I was a kid, I remember having like playing Spider-Man like on the Xbox or something. Like the original Xbox, and it was really fun. You like have the room where you can like spawn enemies and fight them and stuff. So that's cool. Thank you, Doss.
By someone in Western Oklahoma, and that the revenue this guy gets from this is from his website and live streaming, but that if he ever tells anybody anything, they will kill him and everybody that he loves.
A social worker employed by the same hospital also dialed 911 just a few moments later.
He's had some illegal stuff happen against him?
Yes, he came here in our emergency department. He was dropped off by the guy. Some kind of underground surgical stuff that where they basically castrate them. But then he says the doctor's like accountable.
When officers arrived, the victim clarified that he'd met Bob about 3 weeks ago on a website that specifically catered to castration surgeries before moving their conversation to Skype. Oddly, the registration for the website had the welcome note, "From the unit maker and the EM crew." Still, according to the victim, Bob boasted 15 years of experience in gender reassignment surgeries and showed them a few videos.
He got 15 subscribers. I wonder how many he has now.
As proof.
In March 2004, I went to the doctor, and after several misdiagnoses, it was determined I had low testosterone.
He blew up after this.
By May, the grass was green, the birds were singing, the jasmine and honeysuckle were in full bloom. Oh, the sweetness of the air. My advice, if you're a male over 30, is get your hormones checked.
Not to mention, he and his husband, 42-year-old Thomas Evan Gates, appeared very active on social media.
You need to get in the picture, Thomases. There we are. Move your plate. And if I have to learn it, I'm going to shove it down your throat. Have it. I don't have it. I don't have it.
In this video posted to Facebook, Bob appears to be stumbling and possibly under the influence of a substance. His behavior is extremely odd, and while this may be his quirky personality, his instability points to possible intoxication. Bob also makes several disparaging remarks about himself, mainly,
I'm a wimp, so that's your videos. Bob's a wimp.
Let me hear you say it.
I'm a wimp. I'm a wimp. I'm a wimp. I'm a wimp. I'm a wimp.
They even shared a few intimate moments from their wedding day online.
Got our camera going here, set it up as well.
And live streamed their wedding for friends and family to enjoy.
Congratulations, Chelsea.
However, a deeper...
I can't wait for our wedding day, Red Eye.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty fucking gay, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be gay as fuck.
Dive into their social media accounts revealed some unsettling connections to the claims being made against them, like the attention-grabbing hitch Bob installed on the back of his car.
You done attacking Thomas?
What's wrong with those?
There's nothing. Well, they're actually, funnily
Those are
enough,
cool.
there is a state or two in America that has made them illegal. I know, it's unfucking believable. Imagine buying like a fucking F-350 and not hanging a big set of fucking chrome truck nuts. Like, I would have gone for the chrome or the gold ones. Probably gold, just to make a more fucking outrageous statement.
Can I give my
you know,
car...
and the oversized gold truck nuts.
Can you give your car titties?
If you want, but I'm giving my truck nuts because they're a thing.
Well, how do you know the titties aren't a thing?
Well, they probably are. You probably, you know.
If
It's
not,
gonna
we need to
need-
make this product and sell it, okay? We're going to be rich.
Well, yeah, we'll just start. We'll start up.
Car
I'll start up a
tits.
company called
Call it
Car
Car
Junk.
Tits.
And if your car's male, we'll help it transition to female, or
Yeah.
vice versa. We'll take your money.
Oh yeah, boy. We're going to transition your car, boy.
Oh no, now he's going for the crotch.
Oh, and the police also came across
The dog
a
was
very
going for the
strange
crotch.
video of Bob setting up a funeral for the couple's pet dog. They couldn't skip sharing the ceremony.
Look and make sure I'm standing in the right spot. The trees, the woods around us are serenading amber.
They also shared the cleanup process after the funeral.
Okay, the camera. It's not too heavy. You got me? Pointed right direction? I think so.
It's unclear if the victim being treated at the hospital saw these slightly disturbing posts before he agreed to his surgery, but nevertheless, Bob bragged to him about having 6 other clients in line for similar procedures. He told the victim that he would happily perform the castration free of charge. But there were a few conditions. First, Bob stated Thomas would assist in the operation, which may not have raised any eyebrows, but then his requests got bizarre. Bob said he would live stream the entire procedure to make money on his website and store all extracted body parts in his freezer. On October 11th, the victim flew from Virginia to Dallas and was greeted at the gate by Bob. After leaving the airport, they began the long journey back to his home, a secluded cabin in southeast Oklahoma where he lived with Thomas. Disturbingly, the couple promoted this location on Airbnb as a $45 per night vacation rental called Bob's Weekend Wonders.
Sign me the fuck
Four
up.
bunk beds for two.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
$45 a fucking night, and I can get my nuts chopped off for free,
Yeah.
and I can be on a live stream, and they're going to store my nuts for free in case I change my mind and want them back later. This is an offer too good to fucking refuse. Just I'm booking a flight right the fuck now.
Hell yeah.
And it's about at this point I also regret picking this video.
Yeah?
Yeah. Every time they
it's your
mention
fault.
testicles, my balls hurt.
Boy, he likes testicles.
Then we got another bathroom and our master bedroom.
According to
where
court
we saw the
documents,
testicles.
Bob offered the victim a separate
Yeah.
bedroom to sleep in and told them the surgery would take place the following evening. At around 5 p.m. on October 12th, Bob and Thomas performed the 2-hour procedure using only local anesthetic, meaning the patient
fuck
was
off.
awake the entire time. While details surrounding the operation are limited, investigators learned it took place on a wooden table blanketed in hospital gowns. Parts of the victim's statements have never been verified or proven, but according to him, soon after Bob finished the surgery, he
Hold on,
laughed
Arnie
and
needs
called himself a
context.
cannibal.
I can help with that. All right, Arnie. So this guy turned up at a hospital, bleeding from the groin, and the doctors went, "What happened?" He went, "Oh, I cut my own nuts off." And then the doctors went, "Yeah, what really happened?" And the dude went, "I travelled from another state and I met some dudes and went out to a cabin in the woods where they cut my nuts off and then threatened to kill me, my entire family, if I said anything, even though they've live streamed the event to make some fucking money." And then a social worker has rung the police shortly after the doctor and said the same fucking story. And the police are now investigating and talking to the man. The man told them the story and he said, "Yeah, prepare yourselves because it's not a pretty sight in this cabin." But apparently at the start, even the police were not prepared for what they've seen. So you're now caught up. Hold on to your nuts. This is not going to be any ordinary story.
And with all this balls getting chopped off talk and this cannibalism talk and this delicious food in front of us talk, this is getting me hungry.
Saying he would later eat his body parts. Oh, and he also recalled Bob stating he'd performed a similar operation on another person who he called crazy, and that he'd intentionally failed to stitch up the wound, leaving them to bleed to death overnight. The next day following the surgery, the victim woke up to excessive bleeding, and after briefly losing consciousness, he begged Bob to transport him to the hospital. Initially, Bob coldly replied, "No ER, no morgue," and refused the desperate requests. But for unknown reasons, he had a change of heart later in the day and drove the gravely injured patient to the hospital. While en route to the hospital, the victim recalled Bob threatening that if he passed out or died during the drive, he would dump his body in the woods. Then, when they arrived at the hospital, Bob reportedly commanded, if anyone asks, he'd done it to himself. So after getting a complete statement of the horrifying incident from the victim, officers obtained a search warrant for Bob and Thomas's cabin on October 15th.
Go to Bob and Tom's
and despite
place.
knowing the sickening tale, what they found was far beyond their worst nightmares. When they arrived, deputies immediately noticed that there were no cars at the residence, and they gained entry by kicking the door down. Once inside, officers uncovered a freezer containing a plastic Ziploc bag with what appeared to be testicles.
Oh my God.
Oh, but that's not all. They
Rocky
also found
Mountain
various
oysters, boy.
prescription drugs, adult diapers, surgical tools covered in blood, restraint straps, and a locker containing bags of psychedelic mushrooms.
Ooh.
Finally, officers...
See, once again, proof that them drugs is no good, boy, I tell you what.
While he's cutting off balls, he's tripping balls.
Yeah. And, Doss, thank you for the Stanley Parable video game here. Thank you, Big Balls. I don't know what that is. I feel like I may have tried that on the Game Pass, but I'm not sure.
seized several storage devices with recordings of different surgeries. As the search was going on at their home, Bob and Thomas were actually arriving at the hospital, supposedly to check in on the victim. Both men were immediately taken into custody. Bob adamantly denied any claims of cannibalism, but regardless, he and Thomas were each charged with felony counts of performing unlicensed surgery, conspiracy to commit unlicensed surgery, maiming an assault, and battery with a dangerous weapon. Both men also faced a misdemeanor charge of failure to bury the removed parts. Even though Thomas allegedly only assisted Bob with these illegal acts, Thomas was charged for acting in concert and therefore faced the same charges as Bob. Thomas accepted a plea deal in which he would testify against Bob, and in exchange, the felony charges against him were dropped. Thomas received a sweetheart deal.
Too bad, they were such a cute couple.
Oftentimes, the first person to flip on the other gets the better deal. Bob was set to go to trial, but he ultimately entered a plea of no contest and was sentenced to 10 years in prison plus 2 years in jail. Despite the victim making a full recovery, Bob told the judge he chose to enter this plea because a jury might convict me.
Fucking wow.
What you just saw
That was an interesting one.
might not look like anything more than a car entering a parking garage, but when you find out what the person believed to be behind the wheel did mere hours earlier, this video will send chills up your spine. On September 29, 2005, officers from the Aurora Police Department in Illinois responded to a 911 call at the upscale suburban home of 34-year-old James Jimmy Sow and his wife, 31-year-old Catherine Kate Sow. The couple had failed to show up to work that morning, and it was so out of character that Jimmy's brother, Chu-Chi, immediately went to their house to make sure everything was okay. Chu-Chi tried knocking and ringing the doorbell, but got no answer. So he peeked through a window, and that's when he saw something that made his blood run cold. A woman lying motionless on the floor in a pool of blood. The fire department arrived first and gained entry to the home by breaking down the front door. Strangely, Chu-Chi was allowed to go inside without gloves, which would have compromised the investigation. Moreover, the worried brother had no idea that he was walking into one of the worst crime scenes this state had ever encountered. The first thing everyone saw inside the home was a woman's body on the ground next to the doorway. It was immediately clear that she was deceased from a gunshot wound to the head. Then, as officers worked to secure the scene and check for any other victims, they came across what appeared to be someone sitting on the couch. However, they quickly realized the person wasn't alive, and Chu-Chi identified him as his brother, Jimmy. It appeared he'd been attacked unexpectedly, as the TV was still on and his laptop computer had seemingly slid off his lap onto the floor. Investigators continued moving through the home and found another blood-soaked body in the hallway leading to the primary bedroom. While someone severely beat the victim's face until it was almost beyond recognition, Chu-Chi knew it was Kate. Still, the gruesome discoveries didn't end there. Another male victim was located in the garage lying between two vehicles with a gunshot wound to his head. His head had been wrapped in a towel and covered with a plastic bag. Detectives noted several areas in the home with blood smears, and while they found handprints, the absence of ridge lines where the fingerprints would have been told them that the killer had been wearing gloves. They also located 2 partial shoe prints that didn't belong to the victims or those who entered the crime scene that morning. Finally, there were no signs of forced entry into the home. The lack of forced entry and the overkill committed to Kate are both indications that the perpetrator was likely known to the victims and possibly motivated by rage. Next, as authorities worked to identify the 2 unknown victims, they also began scouring the neighborhood looking for potential leads. Someone living across the street from the Sows noted a car parked in their driveway that morning at around 6 a.m. that didn't belong to Kate or Jimmy. Additionally, the vehicle appeared to have been moved to the other side of the driveway roughly 20 minutes later, when the neighbor looked again and was gone later that morning. Another neighbor of the Hansons reported that the whole house was bright at around 2 a.m. that night, which she stated was very unusual. Meanwhile, autopsies soon confirmed that the woman found lying just inside the doorway was Kate's mother, Mary, and the man in the garage was her father, Terry. Both were dressed in sleepwear with their bodies lying on plastic painter tarps. The medical examiner also disclosed the horrible truth about what had happened to the 4 victims. Kate had suffered 40 wounds, including 22 abrasions and bumps on her head and 18 on her torso and limbs. The medical examiner believed some of the injuries on her body to be defensive, like her ring finger, which had been bent backwards so violently that it snapped. Jimmy's death resulted from 12 brutal blows to his head with an unknown object, possibly a metal pipe or baseball bat, which left indents in some places. Terry and Mary both passed away from a single gunshot wound to their heads. While Terry had been shot at close range from behind, Mary appeared to have been facing her attacker when the fatal shot was fired. Finally, the medical examiner stated that none of the victims had any traces of drugs or alcohol in their system. Based on the state of the bodies, it was evident they hadn't been dead for long, but investigators still needed to narrow.
Maybe this is proof that drugs are good for you. You think if they would have been on drugs, it wouldn't have died?
What if the perp was high on weed, and that's what caused him to go crazy? We don't know, but I've got a sneaky suspicion that weed played a part in this tragedy.
Yeah, he was probably smoking a joint while they did all this, that piece of shit.
Narrow the timeline. Forensic analysis of Jimmy's computer.
Or Adobe. Right, Brett Keane? Is Brett Keane watching? Adobe?
Revealed that the last keystroke was made.
Did you hear about Brett Keane watching me yesterday? He was hanging out in my chat trying to get me to hang out with him.
Was he? Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, while I was playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure, he came in and told me I should play a more manly game.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
get
Brett.
that. That's like a pretty manly game to me. I don't know.
Just before 11 p.m. on September 28th, the day before 911 was called. Therefore, it appeared that at least his murder took place at that time. Furthermore, investigators felt certain that Mary and Terry hadn't been killed at the Sows' home, so they sent a forensic team to their house in Naperville, Illinois, approximately 5 minutes away. While the first day of searching yielded no results, a horrifying discovery was eventually made in one of the spare bedrooms. An officer moved a mattress off the bed and found blood stains underneath. Investigators then shifted their focus to Terry and Mary's bedroom, and what they found was disturbing, to say the very least. They located 2 distinct holes in the wooden headboard, but oddly, one appeared to have been made with a drill while the other went clean through. Detectives speculated that someone had attempted to disguise the bullet holes. Also, a bullet was recovered from an attic joist behind the bedroom wall, and ballistics testing later confirmed it matched those found in Mary and Terry's bodies. Authorities also searched Mary's car while at the residence and found several bloodstains on the floor carpets in the back seat. DNA testing later confirmed that the blood belonged to Terry, implying that someone had used Mary's car to transport the bodies to the Sow residence. Adding weight to that theory, one of the Sow's neighbors confirmed that it was Mary's car they briefly spotted that morning. So whoever committed this heinous crime also returned the car to Mary and Terry's driveway after staging the crime scene at the Sow home. Investigators contacted Mary and Terry's other daughter, Jennifer, and she confirmed that the mattress found in the spare bedroom had been swapped with the one from her parents' bedroom, implying that they had been killed as they slept. But that wasn't the only useful piece of information she had for detectives. Jennifer informed them that Kate had called her roughly 6 weeks earlier with a very unsettling story about their younger brother, Eric. At the time of the murders, Mary and Terry's 28-year-old son, Eric, was still living with them in a basement bedroom of the family home. He'd recently started working as a loan originator, also known as an independent mortgage broker, and was getting paid solely on commission, which was hardly enough to make a living. However, when asked by his boss how he was making ends meet, Eric replied that his parents largely supported him financially. Eric's girlfriend Allison noticed he'd been spending a lot more money in recent years, and when she asked about his finances, he claimed to be doing very well at his job. Eric's sisters also noticed the change in his spending habits, but he gave them the same response, and while they were still suspicious, neither had any idea what was happening beneath the facade. You see, in July 2004, Eric rented a post office box in his and his mother's names without her permission. Then he applied for a Capital One MasterCard under the name Mary Hansen, also without her consent, and made himself the authorized user. From there, Eric used the post office box as a destination for all incoming statements and began spending money like crazy. One of the things he purchased was a Garmin GPS, which becomes important to the case later. As if that wasn't bad enough, Eric opened several more charge cards in his mother's name, but by August 2005, his sister Kate had caught on to the scheme. It's unclear how exactly she found out, but Kate immediately called Jennifer and told her about the roughly $80,000 their brother had charged. The unsuspecting mother, Mary, eventually found out and confronted Eric alongside his sisters. He promised to pay her back if they agreed not to tell his father, but Kate wasn't having it and told him she fully intended to inform their father of what he'd done. That's when things took a sinister turn. Eric turned to Kate and said, "If you tell Dad, I'll f***ing kill you." She was understandably rattled by the threat and even took the following day off work to calm down. She also allegedly turned on her home security system as an extra precaution, but it wouldn't save her in the end. If you ever suspect a family member of fraud, it may be in your best interest to involve a third party such as law enforcement, a lawyer, or a family counselor before confronting the person. If your suspicions are correct, they may react with anger about being caught, and their behavior could possibly escalate to violence in order to keep their secret. Then, later that same month, Kate expressed her concerns to Eric's girlfriend Allison, but she reportedly claimed to be under strict instructions from Eric not to speak with her or Jennifer. Allison later told investigators that Eric frequently demanded to know if she'd been communicating with his sisters, and told her she was going to get it if he found out she was disobeying him. Furthermore, Eric's boss stated that his attendance at work had dwindled to virtually nothing in the months leading up to the murder. Then, on September 19th, just 10 days before the bodies were discovered, Eric lied to his boss, saying his brother-in-law had passed away and he needed to take some time off. He never returned to work after telling that lie, and when cleaning out his desk, his boss found a checkbook belonging to Mary. A pattern of irresponsibility, such as frequently skipping work, and a history of lying are two red flags for antisocial personality disorder, APD, which is a mental health disorder characterized by a disregard for and violation of others' rights. To our knowledge, Eric was never diagnosed with APD or any other mental disorder. Now, that leads us to September 28th. Eric called his sister Jennifer and asked to stay overnight at her house in Minnesota for an upcoming Vikings game. This request struck Jennifer as very odd because she had a strained relationship with her brother and he never visited her family. That evening, Eric was at home with his parents and spoke to Allison on the home phone around 11:30. The next day, Terry and Mary's co-workers started becoming concerned when they failed to show up for work, so a few of them drove to their home and made entry through the garage using a keypad they had been given access to. Once inside, they noticed a raging fire in the couple's indoor fireplace, which was beyond odd as it was typically only used around Christmas time. Furthermore, the home smelled strongly of air fresheners, but everything in the rest of the house appeared perfectly normal. Before leaving the residence, the curious co-workers went to leave a note and noticed one already written by Eric, reading, "Mom, Dad, see you Sunday, have fun in Galena." The message was left next to some cash that Eric labeled payment this month. Apparently, Terry and Mary had been planning to take a romantic trip to Galena and were expected to leave very soon. Jennifer was contacted by one of the co-workers at her parents' home, and they explained the strange things they'd uncovered there. Concerned, she asked if they could go check out her sister Kate's house as well, and when they arrived, a police officer who'd already found the 4 bodies reportedly told them, "It's not pretty in there." So the question is, where was Eric during all of this? Well, Eric had actually planned a trip to California with his girlfriend Allison and caught a flight on September 29th, the day the bodies were found, and presumably the day after Kate, Jimmy, Terry, and Mary were killed. Eric arrived in California and told Allison that he was going to take a nap because a rotten mattress caused him to have a terrible sleep the night before. Shortly after his arrival, the same co-worker that had contacted Jennifer called Eric to tell him the horrific news about his family. However, rather than ask who was deceased, Eric strangely remarked, "How did people know to go looking over there?" Eric then spoke with a detective who had a lot of questions for him. He claimed he had no idea what was going on and told the detective that despite seeming to leave the state right after his family was killed, he wasn't running from anything. The detective asked if he'd ever threatened his sister or parents. Eric paused for approximately 30 seconds before saying he had not, but when the detective divulged details of the crime and implied that he might be responsible, Eric became emotional and hung up. Interestingly, a long pause is often seen before a lie because the brain has to do 3 things simultaneously: keep you from telling the truth, create a lie, and deliver the lie, unlike when someone's being honest. Following the conversation, Eric told Allison the news about his family, and sensing that something wasn't quite right, she contacted the police. Authorities informed her that Eric had fallen under suspicion for the murders, But little did she know, he was already long gone. At this point, investigators put out a nationwide alert for his immediate apprehension. Now, it's unclear how exactly this occurred, but at some point during his time in California, Eric managed to steal a red Saab in the Los Angeles area. And contrary to what he told detectives, it's believed he drove the stolen vehicle back to the airport and abandoned it in the garage with plans to return home. Inside the airport, Eric seemed desperate to leave the state and made 2 unsuccessful attempts to check in before finally boarding a flight to Chicago just before 8 p.m. During one of the earlier attempts, a ticket agent actually noticed that he was flagged in the system for immediate apprehension. But rather than calmly contact the police, the ticket agent shouted this exact phrase, "What's going on here? You're the guy," alerting Eric and giving him ample time to run away from the ticket counter before anyone could respond to the
well fucking
situation.
done.
You're the guy. Hey, you're the guy.
The next day, on September 30th, Eric called the investigator
Can I have your autograph?
again
You're that
and
guy.
told him that he was still in California. But unfortunately for him, cell phone towers don't lie. The FBI quickly traced Eric's phone to a freeway in Illinois, heading towards his sister Jennifer's house. Based on the odd request he'd made to stay with her a few days earlier, authorities feared he might be en route to harm Jennifer and instructed her to take her family and leave immediately. Meanwhile, officers raced to catch up with him, and fortunately, it didn't take long. Eric was pulled over as he tried to evade police and swiftly arrested for intimidation relating to his threat against Kate. He said he was aware that the police wanted to speak with him regarding the murders, but claimed to have no idea that there was an outstanding warrant out for his arrest. Eric may have been planning to harm Jennifer, as the officers suspected. It's possible that he thought if he eliminated her, there would be no one left to tell police about the fraud he committed under his mother's name, or the altercation he had with his mother and Kate. A search of his car revealed several incriminating pieces of evidence, including bags of new clothing purchased with Mary's credit card, vinyl gloves inside a plastic bag from Mary and Terry's home with some kind of brown substance on them, and several pieces of jewelry that had belonged to Kate and Jimmy. Oh, and remember that Garmin GPS system from earlier? Well, as it turns out, it had been turned off on the night of September 28th, around the time he'd gone out for drinks. The device was reactivated at around 9:30 the following day, just a few hours before the bodies were found. It seemed that someone was attempting to hide their movements on that fateful night. Still, the most damning piece of evidence came from the gloves found in Eric's car. DNA testing confirmed that the brown substance on them was a mixture of Terry and Mary's blood. Investigators also located the Saab, which Eric adamantly denied stealing, and transported it to a storage location for processing. Eric was subsequently charged with murder and placed in jail. During this time, detectives attempted to elicit a confession from Eric during several interrogations over 3 days, but he refused to acknowledge any wrongdoing despite the mounting evidence against him. Instead, Eric admitted that he had a poor relationship with his family members, but claimed he wasn't a bad person and could never kill them. However, contrary to his claims, detectives eventually determined that Eric had stolen more than $140,000 from his parents via credit card fraud.
Damn.
Eric's trial commenced in February 2008, and the evidence against him was overwhelming. Some of the most incriminating details were that Eric would have been present in the home when his parents were shot, though he testified that he never heard gunshots, and that bloody gloves containing Mary and Terry's DNA were found in a plastic bag in Eric's car. But that wasn't it. In order for the jury to find him innocent, they would have to believe that the GPS device in Eric's car somehow deactivated itself, and that someone besides him got into Kate and Jimmy's house and bludgeoned them to death, and also got into Mary and Terry's house, all without breaking in, and shot them while Eric was sleeping downstairs. And finally, the jury would have to believe someone other than Eric attempted to make it look like the Sow's home was the primary crime scene, thus deflecting suspicion from Eric. In the end, Eric was found guilty of 4 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of armed robbery, 2 counts of aggravated kidnapping, and 2 counts of identity theft. Prosecutors succeeded in proving beyond a reasonable doubt that Eric had killed his family in order to cover up his theft. Eric was ultimately sentenced to death, but after appealing the sentence, the residing governor commuted his sentence to life imprisonment after dropping the aggravated kidnapping charge.
help you?
Hi, I think my friend's dad called you guys earlier. My friend's been missing all day. She hasn't gone to work or anything.
Where's she missing from?
She was at my house and she never made it to work. But then I just found her van right in the side of my house, and her keys are in the car, and there's like stuff everywhere. She's not in here though.
When 33-year-old Rebecca Becky Klein failed to show up for her job as a caregiver for disabled people, alarm bells immediately went off. Her girlfriend, 28-year-old Nicole Abu-Sharif, reported her missing later that day, but as investigators worked to untangle the twisted case, they made a shocking discovery that captured me.
Would you call me Red Eye?
The sexiest man alive.
Yeah. Cheers to that, guys.
Attention nationwide as a love triangle gone wrong. It all began on March 16, 2007 in Villa Park, Illinois, where Becky and Nicole shared a house they had purchased just 9 months earlier. The two women weren't married but had been in a committed relationship for 7 years. According to Nicole, Becky left for work as usual that morning, but at around 11:30 she received a call from Becky's employer, who said she never showed up. When the concerned boss told her he'd been unable to reach Becky, Nicole explained that her cell phone had not been working the past few days. However, Becky's boss found that comment odd because he'd spoken with her several times in the previous 2 days, and she never mentioned having any trouble with her phone. Following that conversation, Nicole contacted Becky's mother to see if she'd heard from her daughter that morning. She said she hadn't and immediately called Becky's father and sister to see if they'd spoken with her, but no one had heard from the reliable caregiver. As worry began to grow, Becky's mother called Nicole back and expressed her fears that something was terribly wrong. Nicole told her that she would drive around to look for Becky's work van, and just after 1 p.m., she found it parked on the street right around the corner from their house. Prompted by this alarming discovery, Nicole contacted the police and reported her girlfriend missing.
Did you already make a missing person report?
No, I was going home to do it right now.
Is this a house or an apartment?
No, it's my house, but like the van is like right in front of my house, like right on the side. I just noticed it.
So her van is there with the keys in it?
Yeah, like it's not even like my house is a stop sign. It's like on the side of the street. And her boss called me. Her boss called me at noon and was like, "Is she coming in today?" I'm like, "She left this morning to go to work."
So she's not inside the house or inside the van?
No, not at all.
Officers arrived on scene and found that the doors to the van were left unlocked, with the keys still in the ignition and Becky's belongings abandoned on the front seat. The van, which Becky used to transport her elderly and disabled clients, was then towed to a storage area for further examination, but they ultimately found no significant evidence. Meanwhile, Nicole told one of the officers that she and Becky had been doing things around the house the night before and went to bed without any problems. She said she'd been briefly woken up when Becky left for work at 6:30 that morning and the two kissed goodbye. Then Nicole said she was reawakened by Becky's boss calling around 11:30. Nicole also made sure to tell officers that they had a very loving and committed relationship. However, when speaking with another officer, Nicole was overheard saying Becky had left for work at 7:30, not 6:30. At this point, Becky's parents had arrived at the couple's house, and authorities asked Nicole to accompany them to the bank to see if there had been any unusual transactions on her account. While Nicole initially refused, stating she wanted to be home if Becky returned, she eventually agreed to go to the bank. However, they didn't notice anything out of the ordinary, as her bank accounts hadn't even been touched that day. Meanwhile, upon hearing the news, Becky's sister raced to the couple's home and was met by Nicole, her parents, and the police. She went inside to look around, as detectives hadn't yet entered the home, and quickly located Becky's phone on a windowsill in the basement. Becky's sister told authorities that she had been at the couple's house the day before, helping set up for a family birthday party. She recalled leaving shortly after 7 in the evening and called Becky at around 8, but got no response. Furthermore, her sister said the two usually spoke on the phone during her work commute, but she never got a call this morning. The rest of the day and night passed with no word from Becky, and by the next day, it was clear to everyone that something awful had happened to her. So, investigators asked Nicole if they could search outside her home for clues. Once again, she initially refused to cooperate, but after much insistence from the police, she agreed to the search. Authorities found this especially strange because Nicole had reportedly consented to a search of her house and garage without hesitation the day before, although it never took place that day. Regardless, as the search began, investigators immediately noticed several pairs of latex gloves in a trash can behind the home and one lying on the ground in front of the residence. As most people in the true crime world know, latex gloves are never a good sign. But still, no one could have imagined the horrifying discovery waiting in the garage. But first, investigators went inside the house, and nothing seemed to be out of the ordinary at first. However, investigators noticed something strange in one of the bedrooms. It appeared to be a mess of tangled clear packing tape on and around the comforter. It's unclear if this tape was related to Becky's disappearance, but there's no denying that it seems suspicious. Then investigators moved to the garage where they
It's the
found
right
Nicole's
size for
vintage
a
Mustang
neck.
parked
Did you see
inside.
that? Did you see that the tape there was around the size of a human?
Yeah,
And that's
it
about the
turns
size of a
out-
head.
It turns out they just threw it out. They're like, God, this blanket's really heavy. Wonder why they taped it up. Let's just throw it
That's
away.
the body in there. She's just, it's not good.
Man, what's all this red stuff leaking out of this?
Strawberry
This is-
jam.
Yep, just throw it away. It's making a mess. We're trying to figure out what's going on here, guys. Back to the investigation.
Missing person, damn it.
Damn it, boy.
No denying that it seems suspicious. Then investigators moved to the garage where they found Nicole's vintage Mustang parked inside. They couldn't help but
Ooh,
notice that the
damn,
car
that
had a
is-
layer
that's-
of
that's
dust
an old
everywhere
pony, that
except for
one.
a spot on the lid of the trunk. An officer asked Nicole for the keys to the trunk, but she claimed only to have ignition keys. So another
Oh.
investigator climbed into the vehicle's back seat and removed a speaker from the rear deck. That's when he saw
Oh.
something straight out of a nightmare. Looking through the hole where the speaker used to be, the detective could see what appeared to be a person lying in the fetal position with a plastic bag over their head. Despite Nicole's claims that she didn't have keys to the trunk, the intensive search inside the home revealed 2 sets of keys that fit the trunk lock. Officers finally unlocked the trunk and, much to their horror, found Becky's deceased body. Her hands and feet were bound with duct tape, and her mouth had also been taped shut. Becky also had bandanas covering her eyes and mouth, and a plastic bag taped around her head. Detectives cordoned off the home as it officially became an active crime scene. Becky's autopsy showed no outward signs of injury and listed her cause of death as suffocation. According to the medical examiner, someone had secured the plastic bag over her head so tightly that no air could get through. Finally, based on the contents of her stomach, they determined that Becky had been killed within an hour and a half of her last meal. Authorities found no signs of forced entry to the garage, and based on the location of the body, Nicole quickly became the prime suspect. What's even more shocking is that the elaborate and twisted lie was only just beginning to unravel, and even more disturbing revelations were soon exposed. Investigators began questioning those closest to Becky to gain further insight into their relationship. According to Becky's sister, in March 2002, Becky tried to break up with Nicole but decided to stick it out when she threatened to drink herself to death. Becky's sister couldn't recall any other significant disagreements between the pair other than that one incident. But then, shortly after purchasing their home, her sister said that Nicole had become distant and began spending more and more time in their basement on the computer at night. Nicole threatening to kill herself if Becky ended the relationship is a big red flag. This is a form of control that can be found in abusive relationships. When someone says they will take their own life if their significant other leaves them, they're playing on their partner's emotions and manipulating them into staying. If you're in an abusive relationship and need help, contact a domestic violence shelter in your area or reach out to the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Becky's mother said that she knew her daughter wanted to have children someday and that Nicole did not. Still, the grieving mother was unaware of any other issues or arguments between the pair, but one of their neighbors was about to expose a shocking secret. When investigators canvassed the area looking for clues, one neighbor reported seeing a car that didn't belong to Becky or Nicole parked in the driveway the night before. Instead, they said it belonged to a woman named Rose Sidaro, who they had apparently met in passing before. The neighbor also said he saw Becky's white van in the driveway that morning, but when he looked again at around 10:30, someone had moved it to the corner near his house. Now, this is where things take a wild turn. As it turns out, neither Becky nor her family had any idea that Nicole had been secretly talking to and hanging out with a 19-year-old woman named Rose. When detectives inquired about whether she may have been unfaithful to Becky, Nicole claimed Rose had simply left her car in her driveway overnight and gotten a ride home from another friend because she was intoxicated. Nicole said she never stayed the night, and she stated that she didn't even know her phone number or home address. Not buying her story, detectives brought Rose in for questioning the same day Becky's body was found. But she
Thank you, Troy. Troy's such a sweetie. Such a sweetie.
Supposedly didn't explain the true nature of their relationship at the time because she felt embarrassed. But she did admit to being with Nicole on the night of March 15th. It ultimately didn't matter that Rose was evasive about her relationship with Nicole because a computer crimes investigator quickly uncovered the truth. Nicole was clearly having an intimate relationship with Rose. They revealed a plethora of MySpace messages from various accounts owned by Nicole.
Man, this is proof that MySpace is dangerous, man. So much MySpace references.
Is MySpace made out of marijuana?
Probably. It starts with the letter M.
Aha.
So, sounds about right to me, boy.
One of those accounts detailed her relationship with Rose through a string of back-and-forth messages. Then, in a shocking admission, Rose stated that she and Nicole had met on MySpace a year before the murder, in March 2006. She said they quickly went from chatting online to talking on the phone regularly, and eventually they met in person. The relationship soon became intimate, and according to Rose, Nicole told her that she and her brother had been firefighters in New York City before both falling ill with a rare genetic disorder known as Wilson's disease. None of it was true. At some point in 2006, Nicole even went so far as to tell Rose that she was going in for a liver transplant, but refused to tell her where she was being hospitalized. These lies may have been an attempt for Nicole to gain Rose's attention and sympathy. In the summer of 2006, Rose said she ended their relationship because her mother disapproved of Nicole, but they had reportedly begun talking again by the fall. All the while, Becky and Nicole were still together. Then, on March 15, 2007, just one day before Becky went missing, Rose invited Nicole to go bowling with her and some friends. Nicole also invited Rose to her house beforehand, but she declined, and the two eventually settled on meeting at a restaurant shortly after 9 p.m. After dinner, they went bowling, and Nicole allegedly became intoxicated to the point that Rose had to drive her home. So, based on this timeline, Nicole must have murdered Becky before she met up with Rose, and then went out like nothing was wrong. Next, Rose said she and Nicole arrived at her Park Villa house around 3 a.m., and she noticed a white van parked further up the driveway. When they went inside, there was no one else in the house, and Nicole got clothes for Rose to sleep in. But when she got into the bedroom, Rose said she was alarmed to see a gun resting in an open case on the bed. When confronted about the weapon, Nicole allegedly told her not to worry about it and placed it on the bedside table. Rose insisted during her testimony that she had no idea Becky lived there or that the two were in a relationship. The following day, Rose said Nicole woke up between 7 and 8 a.m., and she fell back asleep for some time before getting up to watch TV together. However, roughly 20 minutes later, Nicole got several phone calls that visibly upset her. The two eventually departed around noon to pick up Nicole's car, which had been left at the restaurant the night before. But before they left, Nicole told Rose that her friend was missing, and that's why she was getting so many calls. Rose dropped Nicole off at her car and headed home. They made plans to meet up that afternoon, but a few hours later, Nicole called with an unsettling request. According to Rose, Nicole told her that if she gets pulled over by the police, it would be in her best interest to deny knowing her and that she should also lie about having a MySpace account. So, as you can see, Rose's story differed significantly from what Nicole had told investigators and painted a very different picture of that fateful evening. As the investigation continued, detectives learned that Becky and Nicole both held life insurance with the same company, with each woman serving as the beneficiary of the other's policy. Furthermore, the insurance company reported that Becky was insured for $250,000. Back at Nicole and Becky's home, a forensic team of experts located 3 fingerprints on the Mustang's trunk that were proven to be from Nicole's left hand. Now, as if that wasn't bad enough, they also found her prints on the plastic bag covering Becky's head. and her DNA on the bandanas used to cover Becky's eyes and mouth. Finally, detectives found a roll of duct tape in the garage containing Nicole's fingerprints that, based on tearing patterns, appeared to match pieces found on Becky's body. So it seemed Nicole hadn't been wearing those latex gloves after all. Given the evidence against her, Nicole was charged with first-degree murder and concealment of a homicidal death on March 21, 2007. She entered a plea of not guilty and the case went to trial in May 2009. A jury found her guilty of first-degree murder, and Nicole was given a 50-year prison term.
Damn,
I reckon I could fix her when she gets out.
Yeah.
You know.
We need to fix a lot of these
My
bitches.
butt's smoking, man. Well, I threw my kids.
We need to fix lots of bitches. Oh, damn, boy. Damn, boy. Would you call me Red Eye?
I said you're a massive twink. That's okay. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to state facts. You twink.
Hurt my feelings, Red Eye. How dare you call me a massive twink? I'm a little twink. Say it right.
All right.
Okay.
You massive little twink.
Yeah. A whole lot of murdering. Yeah, people keep murdering each other and stuff. People are so rude. People need to stop doing that. It's like rude and something and stuff.
Yeah, let's start a new trend. Let's start drive-by hugging people. I'm sure that'll go incredibly well. Like a car full of people, like a minivan full of fucking people dressed up as clowns. They all jump out of the car, surround someone, and then each clown hugs them while the other clowns are sitting there honking their noses, going honk, 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 honk.
Honk, honk. Let's see. What to cover next? Ooh, teen wannabe gangster gets a huge reality check? That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think in the chat? That sounds cool. More hugs, less drugs? I don't know about that, boy.
Well, just to add some more depth to the drive-by hugging, we could also hand out free samples of different drugs, and enforce that. With say perhaps to drugs. Don't say no to drugs. Don't say yes to drugs. Just say perhaps to drugs.
Perhaps. Boy. Alright, guys. Let's keep it up on the goal in the name of Satan. I'm going to play this wannabe gangster because we haven't covered this before.
I need to ask, do I suck or does Trubisky suck or do both of us suck?
I suck. You are awesome, Red Eye. Everybody knows that about you. You cool guy.
I know.
You're
Phil
a real
just said
gangster.
I suck. And if Phil thinks that, I'm going to be sad.
No, he's talking about me. I suck.
All right, we'll just hand out cocaine then.
Yeah, never mind. That person makes a good point. Or it's cat. Yeah. Marijuana is the gateway drug to murder. That's probably why I've done so much murdering. But it was an accident. All right, let's watch this. So yeah, again, the title is Teen Wannabe Gangster Gets a Huge Reality Check.
Brady! There's a piece of his brain on the wall. Holy no! Why the would I do that?
On March 4th, 2017, in Fenton Township, Michigan, an ordinary hangout between two teenage friends takes a sudden, deadly turn. By the night's end, one life would be tragically cut short, and 16-year-old Abdurman Abduakil would be left to face the consequences. As investigators work to understand what happened between them, shocking patterns of behavior begin to surface, leaving them grappling with how so many glaring warning signs had been missed.
All right. New bitch.
At approximately 11
The
p.m.,
fuck?
Genesee County 911 dispatchers respond to a frantic call from 16-year-old Abdu, who confesses to committing a horrifying act.
Oh!
Hello?
Ma'am.
Hello?
Please. I accidentally killed my friend.
Okay, what happened?
Ma'am, I accidentally killed my friend.
What did you do?
Get out! You guys, get out! Oh my God.
What is your name?
Ma'am, I'm at Abdu. He's dead. My friend's dead.
Okay, listen. How did you accidentally kill him?
Officers arrive to find Abdu in a panicked state, his hands and shirt covered in blood, with a recently fired handgun nearby. Abdu is handcuffed and placed in the back of a police cruiser, but the realization of what he's done quickly takes its toll, sending him spiraling into an intense emotional breakdown.
Sir, please tell him I love him. Sir, please. Sir, I'm so scared. I'm so scared right now. I just shot somebody in the head. Please don't kill my family.
What?
Officer! Please! Please don't shoot anybody!
What?
There's nobody to be shot!
724, you guys saw there.
What?
Officer, please. I know my word doesn't mean Officer, please talk to me, dude. I swear to God, what the happened? I don't know. Dude, officer, please! Oh my God! Why? Brady!
Why,
Brady! No, I will not relax. I just killed my friend. How can you relax? How the can you relax?
More details from the 911 call reveal Abdu's frantic explanation and the chaos that erupted soon after.
How did you kill him?
I accidentally pointed a gun at him and pulled the trigger. Ma'am, he's still breathing. Ma'am!
Is he still breathing?
He's still breathing. There's a piece of his brain on the wall. Holy
Okay, if he's breathing, you can't do anything for him. Go outside.
He's turning blue. Abby, he's turning blue.
Abdu, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm giving him mouth to mouth.
Do not give him mouth to mouth.
Do not? What do I do?
Is he breathing?
No, yeah, he's breathing.
Okay, then don't do anything. If you can put
He's
some pressure on the wound.
No!
Officers enter the home and locate the victim, 18-year-old Brady Morris, lying on his side on Abdu's bedroom floor, still breathing. Paramedics rush the teen to the Genesis Regional Medical Center for urgent treatment.
Sir, Brady! 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 Brady!
724, 726.
Brady!
You need to calm down, bro.
No! Sir!
That his blood all over you?
Yes! This is all his blood! Sir, please!
2312.
I'm so f***ed up! Dude! Sir, please! I'm so sorry! Sir, I don't know what I did! He needs to know! I tried to give him mouth to mouth! I f***ed up! I pointed a gun at his head! And pulled the trigger!
Relax. Take a stop. Stop! Stop!
2856.
Stop!
No! I need to die! You know that?
No, you don't.
Dude! I just shot my friend!
Unable to cope with the nightmare unfolding around him, Abdu makes a disturbing request.
Please let them kill me. Please let them kill me. Please, I have to die too.
While Abdu insists that the shooting was a tragic accident, investigators are tasked with uncovering the truth. They begin to collect evidence, first securing the firearm used to shoot Brady. With the possibility that the firearm may have belonged to Abdu's parents, investigators begin to question them both. In an interview with police, Abdu's father Ahmed claims the firearms found in the home belonged to him. As for why they weren't secured, he explains that his safe had been broken into many years ago. But in a shocking twist, it was all quickly determined that the firearm used to shoot Brady was not one of the stolen firearms, nor did it belong to Abdu's parents, raising unnerving questions about its origins. However, both of Abdu's parents adamantly insist that Abdu never owned any guns of his own, their firm denial adding another layer of mystery to the unfolding investigation.
Where the f you at? Where the f y'all at? Y'all pussy. Ain't about no action, man. No action type pussy.
Inside the cruiser, Abdu's emotions continue to escalate as the weight of the situation presses down on him.
Sit back, just breathe for me. Brady! Hey, just breathe. We're gonna get this straightened out, okay? Brady! You will never straighten it out! You will never straighten it out!
After completing their initial investigation and securing the crime scene, officers bring Abdu to the station for interrogation. In the meantime, they seize his cell phone and quickly stumble upon dozens of video recordings, unaware of the dreadful truths they'll soon witness. As they dive into the footage, disturbing glimpses of Abdu's relationships with the victim, Brady, and his friends emerge.
Gang, everybody.
The videos leave investigators questioning how this seemingly solid friendship could have spiraled into such a devastating outcome that left Abdu absolutely distraught.
Why the would I do that? Brady!
Brady! Oh, yes, America Joanna once
To further
again
explore
proof.
possible
There it
motivations
is.
that may have resulted in the
Ladies
horrific
and
crime.
gentlemen, there it all is.
I knew it
The
would be
fucking
there.
devil's
somewhere.
lettuce has appeared yet again. One of these high crimes videos. Yeah, wonder why. Yeah, exactly. I wonder why.
It's
Could
evil.
it be that the marijuanas, the weed, is destroying our society one youth at a time?
It's true, boy.
Investigators identify two friends from the videos, Keegan and Devin, and quickly bring them in for questioning. They begin pressing them for insights into Abdu's history of violent behavior. According to both friends, Abdu not only kept multiple firearms in his room, but on occasion would fire them inside the house.
Alright, boy. Feeling hype as you know what I'm saying?
Is that Scotty?
It could be. Oh, yeah. He used to just like open his front door up and shoot across the road,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah, look how cool I am. I'm retarded.
Heated.
Is that wine or is it blood? I don't know.
Heat. What's up? Go.
Oh my god. Like, these are real guns?
They're in the world of guns, though. I would call them pea shooters.
Both?
I'm
of
guessing
the-
they're very small caliber. I don't know. Could have been 22s because they didn't look like big
Heated.
fucking shells. Those two long rifles.
This one, the pistol seems like it's stronger than the other gun. Am I wrong?
Yeah, is that a like? I don't know pistols. I'm the first to admit it. That looks like a Glock to me, though.
Heat. What's up? Go.
Yeah, I think they're 22. So see how there's no recoil.
Yeah. Seem like little sissy guns. Like almost like the BB guns of guns.
Well, no, 22 will still really ruin your day. It will penetrate and possibly kill you if it gets you in a good spot. But yeah, the Glock's probably going to make a bigger hole in you than those fucking rifles. I'm guessing. I could be wrong because again, I'm not familiar with pistol rounds, but they look like no kick whatsoever. But it looks like the Glock was throwing a little bit up.
Oh yeah.
According to them, his many targets would include furniture, the floorboard, and even the crawl space beneath his family home. However, Keegan and Devin's admissions only confirm what investigators already know from Abdu's videos, and they fail to shed light on the truth of what transpired between Abdu and Brady.
trying too hard. Trying way too hard. Were those swishers?
While one and they failed to shed light on the truth of what transpired between Abdu and Brady.
Can someone tell me? I think that's what those are, is swisher, like they're blunt wraps, and I think they're trash. He just collects them to show off how many blunt wraps he's smoked. I think that's what we're looking at. Am I wrong? People in the chat can correct me if they seem to understand what this is. That's what it looks like to me. And collecting the blunt wrap trash so that you could show it off in the future, that is so fucking lame. That's not even funny. Like, it's one thing, like, showing off, like, a bunch of weed you have, but, like, doing, like, I'll show, like, the packaging from it that I've collected over the years. Show how much of a cool guy I am. Like, oh, God. Like, the weed thing already is, I don't know. I would do that back in the day when I did dab streaming a lot, but I would do that for my subscribers so they saw, like, what I was getting and stuff, kind of thing, I guess.
You all heard it, folks. Shabisky admits that he's just like this guy. He's probably going to pull a Glock out in a minute and start racking it.
No. I would take pictures of the packaging when I bought it, and it was full. This is trash, I think. That's different. This is like Jared. Okay, Jared putting trash on his wall. Like, I wouldn't keep the trash. I would throw that shit away. He's collecting it.
While one mystery
did this
remains
idiot
elusive,
shoot his friend while
another
making
is
a
solved.
TikTok video?
It was an accident. He was trying to go
When
viral.
Keegan makes the sudden, startling admission that he knows exactly where the firearm came from. Keegan temporarily traded it to Abdu in exchange for an iPad, setting in motion the unthinkable tragedy that would happen soon after.
Apple, other block.
No Snapchat.
With the origins of the firearm explained, investigators are still scrambling to determine if what happened between Brady and Abdu was truly an accident.
Oh my God! Brady! Brady! Brady!
During interrogation, Abdu would finally reveal exactly what transpired, but his harrowing reasons for pulling the trigger would leave everyone stunned.
The gun was empty. I was just around with it. But then he gave me the bullet. When did he give you the bullet? He gave me the bullet. I put it in the clip. Then I went to the bathroom, played with the gun, cocked it back, and went back with Brady, and I forgot completely that I got the bullet in there. Then he even gave me a bullet. So he just gave you the bullet? You went to the bathroom, came right back? Yeah, and I shot him in the head, dude, like a dog.
I'm a stupid. Why?
You recording me because you're stupid because you have a pistol on you.
I don't have.
Show the camera your pistol. Show it. Show it. Yeah, see that? That's what I do. Don't take them with you.
At the hospital, just an hour after the tragedy struck, 18-year-old Brady Morris was pronounced deceased. The cause of death was a single gunshot wound to the head.
Y'all puss. Got all these Glocks, bikes, Glocks, hood. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. And the black guy. Alright.
Oh my God.
New bitch.
Abdurrahman
So he couldn't
Abdu
even
Apple was
hold it.
charged with 1 count of open murder, 1 count of receiving and concealing a firearm, and 2 counts of felony firearm possession. He was denied bond and sent to the Genesee Valley Regional Center in Flint, Michigan. On August 13, 2017, Abdu pleaded guilty to an amended charge of manslaughter, as well as felony possession of firearms. He was sentenced to 57 to 180 months in prison, including a mandatory 2-year sentence for the firearm charge. At the time of his sentencing in 2020, he was credited for the 3 years and 6 months he'd already served. He He was paroled on December 5th, 2023, at the age of 23, after serving a total of 6 years and 9 months behind bars.
That does not seem like enough time. Look at that hairdo he's coming out with.
It's Island Boys. He's an island boy.
That is something like the Island Boys. Yeah, he has the same skull shape as me, but I wouldn't have that kind of hairdo. That's weird. Like 2 hairdos in one. If anything, it would be better if he just cleaned up the top and kept with the straight hairline thing he's got going. Just had it all the same. Like, it's like 2. I don't know. Anyways, guys, we're hoping that we can get to halfway on the goal to keep this stream going. Can we possibly do that?
I hope so.
Boy, we do such a crazy thing. Yeah, he's an island boy. He just needs more tattoos. He just needs tattoos, a bunch of them.
Oh, the old boys are going well, last I heard.
They're going what?
They're going really well from last I heard.
Yeah. You like them?
Oh, they're my favourite celebrities.
Oh, yeah. They're just trying to make it, you know?
I think we can assume that they have made it as far as they're going to make it.
I guess. Yeah, they should give him an extra couple years just because of the hair.
Yeah, I'd say give him an extra 5 years in Guantanamo Bay.
Island boy. So guys, I'm gonna put I don't know. I'm gonna put a timer on the screen. You know what I am saying?
I was being sarcastic. Their careers are in the shitter. Well and truly, I do believe one of the brothers is they're fighting amongst themselves because one of the brothers ripped off the other brother and doesn't make car payments and all sorts of shit, and maybe facing some charges allegedly.
Oh, I need more energy drink. I need to snort some 5-hour energy.
Yeah, we should release a high crime energy drink onto the market and just fill it full of, I don't know, PCP.
Whoa. On Minecraft. Yeah, that sounds. I'll take a gallon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, boy. So yeah, I don't know if we could do it. The stream's been going for about 3.5 hours. I'm hoping, you know, if we're gonna keep this going, we can get to at least halfway on the goal. If not, I think I'm gonna move over to the main channel, Shabisky channel, and do some gaming.
Are they both not a lot? Oh Jesus. I don't know that.
What?
Oh, Bill just said they're both forever sleeped. Wouldn't surprise me if it was true.
They're not dead.
Their careers are, that's for sure.
Can maybe do Power World, Arnie. You trying to hit on me, boy? Yeah, see, listen to Bill Hicks. Yeah, come through with that support, guys. See, Bill Hicks gets it. We're trying to get halfway on the gay guy goal.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's the most psycho thing I've ever thought of. Halfway on the gay guy goal. Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya, my lord. We can watch more Island Boy stuff.
Well, you convinced me, Bill. So there you go. I'm a gullible bastard.
Yeah. Red-Eye, the gullible. That's what they call him. That's what they call him. He's
Yeah, I
known
just
in
watched one.
Florida for that.
Yeah. No, I watched some random channel that had a feature on the Island Boys, their career highlights, and this is a part of their career I didn't know. They started up an OnlyFans page and did things that I'm not going to talk about here, but yeah,
To each other?
yeah,
So the kissing is just
yeah.
the beginning of it?
No, that's what I heard about the sucking face and stuff, and that was apparently their career ender for everyone that was booking them for gigs to laugh at them. Stopped booking them then.
Huh. That's what got me interested in them.
Yeah, that's when I first discovered them. It's like their OnlyFans. It was like, wow, this is hot.
Was that so yeah, thank you, Bill Hicks. Yeah. Yeah, if you guys have jewels, I help support the channel and stuff. We did a lot better with the support on the last High Crimes episode. Maybe it's because Dirt's not here. I don't know where he's at.
Yeah, Dirt would get the support rolling in because, you know, Dirt is the new hotness.
He's the hotness, boy. Cheers.
Yeah, I'll have to look for a couple of fun highway pursuit videos because, you know, and with good chopper footage, we don't want just fucking cam footage from cars. We want that overhead view. Preferably around LA because the LA car chases are fucking crazy. They get fucking mental.
Yeah, boy. Everybody kiss now. Kiss, 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 kiss. It's the end of the stream as we know it.
Dirt's, I don't know, what is Dirt doing now? He's probably out in the real world just earning gratuitous amounts of money by being Dirt.
Doing butt sex, I bet.
You know, if I was rich, I'd pay Dirt to have butt sex. I'm just not that rich. I can't even think about such luxuries, you know. So I can't afford that.
Where's my Dirk Cobain gone?
Dirt's got better things to do.
Where's he been? Tubby. Tubby.
Wow.
Little weirdo. I brought him in here to yell at him. He's not awake. He sucks.
We'll bring him back in here and just yell at him until he wakes up.
Oh, yell at you, boy.
You know, we'll just send him DMs.
You little
yelling at him.
island boy. That's what you are. You're from Australia, that little island. You're
It's
an
not that big,
island
is it?
boy.
It's a pretty small place. It's just tiny. It's like enough room for like
Tiny
6 of us.
island. It's like the size of like.
We have to stand on each other's shoulders. There's not enough room. It's like it's.
That's why that explains why everybody there's inbred. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. No, they're just all talk. He's never awake. Yeah.
Dirt has to sleep 23 hours a day to maintain that level of beauty and lusciousness in his hair. It's like 23 just to rest to keep the energy flow in his hair, so it's like full and luscious and full of vitality.
A minute left on the timer. Are we not able to get halfway on the goal to keep the high crimes going? This is crazy.
Yeah, Skepti's right. It's actually a fairly big place, but because there's so many dangerous animals everywhere, we all have to live like in this tiny little fort, and we're just surrounded by things going trying to kill us. It's crazy.
You don't know none of that. You ain't no scientist.
Yeah, there's kaiju out there, dude. Like beyond the walls, there's just big kaiju roaming around going raw.
I'm an island boy and I'm just trying to make it.
Oh, that's you know, I think that might be true that everybody in Shack Trailer is dating, and they are also related. But it is a nice trailer. Well, yeah, you've got bears that want to fucking tear your face off and like shit down your throat. So, and those things run up trees like just as fast as they run along the ground. Like I didn't know that about bears until I saw footage of one, and it was running along the ground really fast. And I went, "That's moving really fast. I couldn't outrun that bear." And then the bear came to the base of a tree, and it was nearly like a cartoon. The bear just transitioned to a vertical climb without losing much fucking momentum. And I kind of went, oh, fuck. And it climbed up this tree like 40 feet in a very short amount of time. And I went, well, I know for a fact that I can't outrun them and I can't fucking climb them. So my only hope is outswimming them, or I'll do things to their butt, like stick a thumb in their butthole and see if that sort of gets their attention. Maybe they'll leave me alone.
Infatuated with butts.
Well, yeah, it's what we do down here. We stick thumbs in buttholes. Oh, yeah.
All right. So we're gonna. Yeah. So thank you to everybody that supported this stream. We did pretty good with the goal and whatnot. So we're gonna move over. I'm gonna do some gaming stream, some gaming on the main channel. Here's a link in the chat.
Well, thanks for having me, mate. It was good fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Cool guy stuff. We did good. Thanks for being on, Big Balls. Click the link in the chat, and it should automatically try to move you over there. I'll see you guys over on the main channel. Peace out, guys.